And we're live from the mountaintop in the swamp. This is the Derek Farmer Network, from UFOs to, you guys know. How's everybody doing tonight? How's that one singular person doing tonight? I hope you're doing good. Welcome to the show. And the question was in the post earlier that I put up, am I over broadcasting? Am I spreading myself too thin? Does it seem like I'm running out of material? If so, please let me know, or if we're running into dead air. I really need to know if I'm overdoing it, because I love it. I love doing it. So, it's like, I almost feel like I would just do it for myself if no one else was here, because, it's really quiet out here. I do look forward to, obviously I got that job, so that starts Tuesday. That'll be fun. I was in there today kind of doing a little tour, around the station. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, I worked in a liquor store previously. I tried to purchase a liquor store about 15 years ago, as a matter of fact. Fell just a little bit short. Unfortunately, that would have definitely, you don't see a lot of liquor stores go out of business. I mean, the thing that puts a liquor store out of business is typically employee theft, honestly, and massive shoplifting. I mean, basically, if you can prevent stealing at a liquor store or a party store, there's really no way to lose. The markup is so high, But yeah, so the question then is, it just sometimes is feeling lately as if, oh, good. Well, you know what, Ruth, it could partly be the shit colored tint on my camera. That's possible. That's possible. Because when you smoke, everything gets a sheen of brown. A beautiful sheen of brown. A lighter shade of brown. That was really out of key. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, Junior Johnson. I didn't mean to, I know you were front row, Procol Harum, I got it all locked away. In case anybody forgets that Junior was, front row, Procol Harum. I got it up here, locked away forever, like Noah's Ark. 2 of every moronic thoughts you've ever had, I got them locked away. Hey, Dandy, how you doing? Good evening, she says. Oh, damn it, why do I always do that? She's saying hi to me. I'm the host, Derek Farmer, and Ruth. And if you're just joining us for the first time, so I'm just practicing right now. There's no one here for the first time. I'm not sure we ever left. I don't know if we ever severed the connection from the 3.5-hour show we did yesterday. But if you're joining us for the first time in replay, thank you for giving us a shot, because some people bang their heads against the table, trying to think about what kind of content can I have on a show. And I really have a hard time. I think I maybe gave myself 3 minutes lead in. I thought about a show at 6:30. No, yeah, at 6:33. And then I had it start at 6:35. And I'm not saying you guys aren't worth more pre-thought than that. It just, okay, well, don't get in trouble for us. You can always listen and replay, Abby, who says she's listening from a secret location, not supposed to wear headphones here. Don't tell my boss. Well, I won't tell your boss, that's for sure. I don't even know where you work, Some kind of country cattle feed store, for all I know. Something about diatomaceous, seashells and shit. Anyways, so I thought, well, geez, it sure does seem, and again, this could be my own tapeworm ass-to-mouth loop of shit, because you got to get out of your own information loop sometimes. I realize that, and I realize I'm really heavy on this sort of phenomenon that seems to be popular right now, I guess. Although I contend I'm not doing it for popularity's sake. I've been investigating this for at least 3 years. I've had my own experiences verified by a crime scene video analytics expert, one Scott Roeder. That's a fact. That's a fact. They're here. They're real. But beyond that, because I don't think I have to convince anyone else of that, is something else going on. I mean, we have nearly now monthly congressional hearings from whistleblowers on this subject and other subjects that they do in what they call a SCIF, or a secure compartmentalized information facility, where only people can talk in secret. You know, with secret stuff, you have to have certain clearances and so forth. You know, they don't let you take your cell phone in. You can't have any communication devices. It's usually in a lead. If it's really a real SCIF, like a military SCIF, it would be in a lead-lined room, in its own Faraday cage, I guess you would say, which would be preventing against EMP attack and things like that. My point is, there's a lot of this activity going on, I feel. So if I'm not just feeding myself information, and there actually is some juice to a lot of this stuff, 3i Atlas, and everybody's seeing it, friggin' orbs everywhere. You know, I mean, it's not as if it's not relevant news. Okay, all of our allies across the Atlantic Ocean have lost airports and military airports the last few weeks. Sweden, Norway. It happened in Great Britain, Manchester, England last year. There are anomalous things shutting down entire airports, and it's newsworthy. So, it's not as if we're talking about 1978 and, you know, Miss Jessie Rostenberg is telling her story again, and it's a great story. Anybody from across the pond knows about Miss Rostenberg's sighting. It looked like a big Mexican hat over the house, and it tilted, and there were two beautiful creatures that she said were the most beautiful creatures she ever saw. They had long blonde page boy bob type hair, whatever that means, some kind of English thing. But I remember the interview. Junior, how you doing? Ruth saying hi to Abby, and Boston Christian's here. Goodness, we are really racking them in. The question tonight on my written post was, am I overdoing it? But you know what? We have more people tonight in the room already than we did last night, so I'm just going to go with it. I do have a couple, textual things to read, because the overarching question, Junior saying hello, and Dandy saying hey to Boston, is something bigger going on. I don't want to be some kind of carnival barker of bad information beyond my own experiences and the experiences that we share on this show and in the chat platform, at least, even if people aren't coming on the air yet to tell those stories. Remember, if you guys want, you guys can always come on the air to tell a UFO story. If you don't want to be seen, you can just be an icon or whatever, how do you do that? Wait a minute. There we go. See, now I'm Charles Nelson Riley, and I can say ridiculous shit because I'm Charles Nelson Riley, bitches. But here I am. Now I can be serious again. That's how I know I can act. People go, acting's not easy. It's a lot of pressure. What? Here's acting. Memorize the lines, then repeat them as if you're genuinely saying it. I know I can do it. I'll add that as a fourth job. Yes, I got the job. Everything's good there. I'm already on 4 days a week next week, training for the first 3, then doing a Saturday by myself. Tourist season's over. That's good. So hopefully, she said it's a lot of cleaning and stuff. Boom, right up my alley, being in the restaurant business. You're used to doing a lot of cleaning and organizing. So, and then tomorrow I'm going to start working at my mechanics place. getting that all arranged and organized. Did a little door dashing today. Be nice to give that car kind of a break. You know, I've had it since last February. That Toyota Camry, that 33-year-old Camry, and I've already put just over 30,000 miles on it, and I really didn't start delivering in earnest. I love saying that. Feel a little dirty. Until, you know, around April, May, really. So that's really, you know, and then the going back and forth to Kalamazoo 6-7 days a week, mostly 7. Blah, blah, blah. Ruth saying, Abby, hey there. Let's shout him out. Junior, hello. Dandy saying hello, Boston. Oh, we did those already. Sorry. No reason we can't say hi twice, though. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And Junior, good to see you, says Dandy. Ruth, Boston, got some icons for you. Ruth throwing Boston some of her own cool icons. I love it, love it, love it. Junior saying, did you look up the Basilica? But, oh boy, why do you have to make me say those tough words with no teeth? Basilica in Cary, Ohio, Boston. I did not look that up yet. Junior's going to hold our feet right to the fire until we do. Not really me, because I'm not Catholic, so it's more on Boston. But I'm open. I mean, that's the important thing, you know. Yeah, you're right. It's a lot to go through to become truly like, you know, what do you call that? Catechism and all that. Go to classes, you know what I mean? But I'm open to the concept. It's something I've never been, and I think you have to start there. So we'll see where it goes. And Junior saying hello, Dandy. If you didn't hear me the first time, Dandy, I once saw what I thought was otherworldly beings in the sky, but I was tripping balls while having a conversation with a fox. With a fox. Was the fox actually there, and it just sort of was smiling at you, or is that a hot dude reference? Ruth saying, hey to Junior. I knew that, Dandy. I didn't even see that, but I'm telling you. Tourist season over, it never ends here. Well, do you live someplace there's like no winter or something? Because I literally have 50 lakes around me. It's called the land of 50 lakes. I just made that up. But seriously, a lot of lakes. And excuse me while I turn down my window. It's on a little twisty knob. So, everyone wraps. I mean, this whole tourist thing that people do around here is going to be like city folks coming to their cabins and to campgrounds all summer. And that involves boats. And so all those have to be wrapped up in ugly blue plastic and stored behind barbed wire until next spring at someone's property. Talk about easy money. Put up some barbed wire. Learn how to wrap those things or get the machine. I'm sure it's a machine. Maybe not. Maybe it's handheld. I don't know. I don't know the process. But they wrap these entire boats, in plastic now. And then you just store them. You just bring them in and store them. God, that's why eventually. Now, I know I don't want to talk about owning anything because I've already lost a lot. But now that I'm, getting a little more hopeful in life, I'd like to think long term also, not just short term. Like, can I afford dinner? Sometimes it's nice to dream a little. And realistically, even. I don't want to sit around thinking that if I win the lottery, I want to think something very realistic, something that's doable in the shorter term, really. And I think I'm buying property with power on it and like a garage to have a workshop. There's so much stuff to be done. And it's a hybrid situation. And I'm a hybrid situation guy, I already live a unique life. I'm living in the middle of a soybean field in an RV with Starlink. So it's a hybrid situation. Excuse me. Tonight I am having no alcohol, berries and cream RC. I don't need booze every time I broadcast. I can broadcast just fine with a cigarette and an RC. Just don't try to take my doobie. Dandy, necessary. Oh, anyways, I forgot to say hi, necessary. Good to see you. Yeah, well, I mean, it'd probably be better business if the tourist season didn't end, but it appears that, again, I think people make hybrid situations out of their local businesses. For example, if you have like a flower shop all year long, it starts in the spring, basically. You got the greenhouses. There are a shit ton of greenhouses around here. This is a farming community I live in. Kalamazoo is the bedding plant capital of the world, according to them. Oh, Junior, really? I just assumed. See, well, when you assume, you make, you know what they say. All right. Well, you can just appreciate good things then. See, I like that. That feels genuine to me. Because when I do go into these places, these beautiful buildings and even now the symbology almost behind the good vibes and the prayer and the well, if you've ever been to a Catholic mass, Junior, I'm sure you have. You know, the whole you turn, you meet people for the first. I think that's good interaction. I don't know. It's nothing I would have said. It's nothing you would have ever heard me say. I swear to God. I cannot say that enough. So I won't say it anymore because you just are who you turn into. I just need to accept it, that I'm just more open now to those things. And that's just going to have to be okay with my more scientific liberal friends. It's rough though, and that's your whole friend base for all those decades, You sort of insulate yourself with how you feel in life, and then something changes you. Everybody else is going, well, he's gone off the deep end, He's gone off the fucking deep end. Do you guys think I've gone off the deep end by just even thinking about this stuff? Because I don't feel it. I really don't. In fact, I'm a little resentful of the fact a few people in my life who know me have taken that angle with me, honestly. If you don't mind my saying so. A Junior saying, I'm not Catholic either. And also Junior loves blue cheese dressing. Boston saying, I'm here listening. Thank you, Boston. Ruth, necessary, greetings. All right. You're doing that whole oh, Jesus. Necessary saying hello, Ruth. Oh, yeah, by the way, I mean, I moved again. I brought a table in from outside. And I don't have a lot of room in this area, but this whole area was just a bed before. And as nice as a bigger bed would be, having a whole room just be a bed seems ridiculous to me. So now it's this, whatever it is. Oh, Florida. Oh, well, I'm spit. Sorry, I didn't spit on you guys. Oh, Florida. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Gosh, are you on the coast at least? I mean, you're not toiling away in Central Florida, are you? Or in the Panhandle, you poor thing? My God, you're not stuck in Orlando, are you? That would be a nightmare. Dandy saying there was a real fox, I think. Oh, right, when you were tripping balls. Well, I had a weird interaction with several dozens, it seemed, of raccoons when I camped out one time with this dude. And we got to tripping like that. It was real fun. But as we ate this corn, and I was throwing the spent corn husks into the woods behind me, I guess I wasn't thinking about varmint or other creatures wanting to come fuck around with that and like think it was a treat or something. It was really good corn, but all of a sudden you're tripping balls. It's nighttime, and all you can see is about 100 eyeballs, around you. I'm not breaking up, am I? You guys, am I coming in okay? So you know how this damn signal is out here until I get that Ethernet cable. I know, right? Laugh my ass up. Winter? That's a myth, man. The Weather Channel created to sell stuff. Yeah. Yeah, well, I hope you're right. Not really, because it's the one thing that holds back the brown recluses. But I don't even want to say that as if I'm tempting them. Because I know they like to gather in bundles of wood and sticks, and that they have found a couple breeding populations over the winter now here in Michigan, unfortunately. In southern Michigan, probably right about where I'm at. And I'm just going to have to move to Antarctica or something, because I don't like the idea of things that can make me ill if it bites me. And besides, like a shark. But, a shark's not, would you technically say a shark is making you ill? That's a bit lightly stating the fact that it chomped off a limb, and you're bleeding to death in the ocean. Oh, that's fun. Necessary saying crazy. I didn't know fiberglass froze. Shaking my head. Wait, what do you mean? I'm not living in fiberglass, am I? I guess it is sort of fiberglassy. That and terrible 80s FRP, fire retardant. Oh my god, I did not mean to say that word. Particle board. Sorry. Shit. And Junior saying, it's really cool, Boston. And Necessary saying, I have one of those hybrid land things. It's called a plot in a cemetery rolling on the floor. Plot in the cemetery. All right. That's pretty old school nowadays. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about how I feel about that, but it does bring us to our the title of the show tonight. No, I don't think you can. I think that I'm probably breathing some kind of odd Nazi hybrid plant, some kind of thing made somewhere. They're all brown now. And I think they just put them in other things, right? Like in Kool-Aid and stuff. I don't really know what you do with a soybean. You don't eat a soybean like you would eat a grain bean. Otherwise, why would they let them get all dried out in the field? They have taken some of the fields down finally, but none of the ones around me. And I read that the Chinese are shunning. I thought that was a handy use of language in that newspaper article. Headline that said, the Chinese shun American produce. It's like double entendre, So yeah, Ruth, I don't know what you do with a soybean, but I wish I had corn. Because if I'm going to live all the way out in the country, it'd be better to be surrounded and truly, it really changes. Okay, anyone that's lived in corn, like for part of the year, you can't see anything. It's really cool. And then because you get sick of that, bam, it's all gone. And for part of the year, you see everything, it feels like. That makes sense. Anybody lived in corn? You can make a corn maze. You can't make a fucking soybean maze. Who knows what kind of illness you'll get? It's only 1.5 feet tall. Bunch of spiders and ticks. Disgraziata. Necessary saying, wait, if aliens started the earth, wouldn't they still be God? Well, I mean, I'm not saying they started the earth. I don't know who started the earth. They may have just came here a few years ago, or they may have been here all along, or they may be God. Yeah. They could be humans God if we were created by one overarching wise creator. Then it's not a lie of a story. It's a true story. It's still the great creator. Right or wrong, I mean. And Junior saying, I love beautiful churches. Well, how do you feel about like courthouses, like old courthouses? Seriously, I'm not asking about that whole 70s thing you dealt with with that semi-load of soybeans. I love Junior. It's called edamame. Oh, edamame. They're edible and cookable. Unnecessary saying, on the coast of the Gulf. Oh, good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have some relatives that live over there in give me a second. They had a place built over there, some friggin' town. They don't like me anymore. Dicks. Couple of dicks. Hey, dude, what are you whapping your tail on like at 90 miles an hour? My stream is A-OK. Thank you, Dandy. 3 hours from Tampa or so from Miami. Oh, well, you're on the fun side, sounds like, you know. Just stay away from that train on the other side of the state. It literally will come off the tracks and murder you, I read. Bright Line or Bright Side or whatever the fuck that's called. There's a whole conspiracy of that thing. Thank you for that confirmation, Danny. Appreciate it. Unnecessary saying, you are fine. I used to go Gonto tripping. I'm not sure what that means. Parties in the woods. Gonto. Necessary saying, I can't be right. It had to be showed her since 7. Oh, I don't know what you mean. I forgot. See, I lose my train of thought sometimes. I was still on edamame. Because it's fun to say. Let's see here. Necessary saying, when the beach is covered in snow, boats are made out of fiberglass mainly. Oh, okay. And Dandy saying, I'm in the mountains of Colorado, Necessary. UFO country, we call that, Dandy. Call that UFO country if you're in the southwest part. Probably in some Shazy Valley down there. Soak it up a sud. Praying the flood don't come. Because we know in Colorado it can be a dangerous flood. I lived through the Fort Collins flood of 19 would have been right along in 1997. I think somewhere in there. 96, 7, 8, somewhere in there. 5 people died. It was quite a crazy flood. In fact, CNN was parked at not at the Papa John's I worked at the time, although I ended up running that Papa John's on College Avenue in Fort Collins for a while before I came home. So I guess it must have been close to 98 because that's when I came back to Michigan. The Fort Collins flood, yeah. It derailed a train. The liquor store exploded. It was really crazy, yeah. Let's see. Ruth saying, Dandy, thanks. I have an unframed picture of a sly, smiling fox with a feather in his hat. He keeps moving around my room. I got him at the thrift store. May have to take him back. He's creeping you out a little bit, Ruth. Aw, that's a sly fox for you. I still find him adorable. Maybe, I don't know why. I really love foxes. Yeah. Unnecessary saying, oh, I met your scientific friends. Some always think Earth accidentally evolved from another planet. Well, I can make no speculation on where we came from, where this planet came from. Naples. Maybe it's Naples. That sounds right because I will tell you that this train follows the same track as a previous private train line that was originally built by oil and newspaper magnates up the East Coast who knew that there indeed was a fountain of youth in Florida. So they built this train. And even now this train goes through a major metropolitan area. There's still a 1 acre square that has this old fucking building from like, I don't even know when, before Florida was cool, before it was awesome to hang out in Florida and it was a swamp still. Because they used to go down there and worship weird shit all along the way. They had found ancient places where indigenous folks used to do sacrifices and shit. I know this sounds crazy, but there was a show that I was watching for a while. I don't know if they yanked them off YouTube or what, I think it was called Old World Florida. And these 2 dudes used to do this show live. You know, it wasn't like this recorded AI shit. And they had this whole rapport, man. They were so great together. And this guy knew the craziest conspiracy theories. Again, that was called Old World Florida. If you're into some really far out, because they live in Florida. And so it's all about Old World Florida and obviously Spanish colonies and old curses and all kind of UFO activity. Florida is a crazy anomalous place. Necessary knows it. Unless he's, you know, a sciencey type, then he just thinks it's normal, you know, normal swamp gas. You know, just a little swamp gas. You know, had a little swamp gas. Thanks, Jalen fucking Hynek. That's why future President Gerald Ford called congressional hearings. Oh, I didn't want to breeze by that comment. Hang on. Juniors, wait, go back. Oh, we have a beautiful historic courthouse in Adrian. It was built, of course you do. This junior should be the spokesperson for Adrian. You know what? I used to be like that with Kalamazoo until I hated them. Now I'm not a spokesperson for anything but where I'm living. It's cool on my property, but yeah, it sucks too because you feel like you're having a breakup. You know, I had my house was there 25 years. You all right? You bonk your head, buddy? All right, chill out. I'm gonna have to go check my I've started spaghetti. You know, I'm always cooking. You guys are like, we thought you were poor. Every time you turn this box on, you are cooking shit. But I just bought a little whole red meat, a little bit of like not steak per se, but more like a stew meat, which I'm cooking with a ton of garlic and onion and mushrooms, and then I'm gonna put a nice pasta sauce together with that. You know. And then I only got the one, you know, that, and I do wish I would have saved a few things, you know, extra like things to cook with and stuff. I got the one pot, you know, so I would normally cook, I'm sort of babbling right now. I'm sorry. The dog's fucking driving me crazy. No offense, Bear Maiden Wins. Sometimes it happens, you know. I suppose kids can be annoying from time to time too. I don't have any of those, but it's just this whole entire place shakes. It just totally shakes. Oh, Dandy's saying we just got a new we just got a new LDS temple here. It's beautiful from the outside. No, they don't let you. They're not going to let you in there. No, maybe. I'm just kidding. Junior, I lost the internet again. Sorry. I'm still reading everything on the National Shrine. It's absolutely beautiful. Looks very similar to our church. Oh, well, that's nice. Junior, I'll look up your historical courthouse. I love them. Ours is historic as well. Yeah, good. You can skip Kalamazoo's. They tore down the historical ones. They're ugly, ugly ass shitholes now, you know? The kind of like institutionalized buildings where you just go, I'm getting screwed over here. I just know it. Somebody's got to pay for this new courthouse. The only way they can do that is by making sure you're guilty. It's a scam. I'd vote against a new jail or a new courthouse every chance I could get. You don't need to be arresting more people. You need to be setting better examples for people. And just following through with tough laws where there are victims. That'd be enough. Folks, it's ball in line. But no, they want to turn it into a money game and heavy oversight, as if somehow the government knows what's best for you. I'm a liberal. I can't say that enough, but I will be damned if I'm going to be the kind of liberal where the government's going to tell me what's best for me. I think my medical doctor could do that a lot better, by the way. Dandy saying, I wish we had LSD temple. Oh, I'm sure you do somewhere. Probably you're just, you know, it's not like, it takes a while to get in that church. So much marble and limestone. I love marble and limestone. I love stone. You know, I mean, something simple like fieldstone is a real joy, you know, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, just up and around the corner, which everything from me is just up and around the corner. But there's an old house in the woods that clearly hasn't been lived in at least probably 30, 40 years. I mean, but somehow the back porch is elevated. Go, dude. I love you, but son of a bitch, I just caught all your gross water off your chin. Could you lick that off before you just come over here and drench me? You know, I don't have a lot of water. We've had this talk, buddy. I don't know. I don't know. I feel a little stressed out today. You know what? Let me go on with this. Yeah, okay, all right. You're a dork. Well, okay, do you want to say hi? Here we go. No, okay, so then he leaves. Now he's going to be camera shy now. Oh, where are we at here? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Abby, you stay away from LSD Temple, Abby. Now see, no. Dandy, now see what you've done? Abby's very impressionable. I'm just kidding. You can't even get LSD really anymore. You really got to know somebody. Oh, we could cut the government in half. Yeah, like at those magic shows with a fucking saw. It'd still be too much government oversight. Look, we need regulations to make sure that corporations aren't taking advantage of us and the environment. Because at the end of the day, it's not typically your neighbors and us that are doing it. It is corporations. So there's where but those people have greased the pockets of the politicians. So they have to get the money somewhere. You know, sin taxes. I'll put a couple more bucks on cigarettes and booze, you know. And that shit only affects poor people. That's just discouraging. It's damn discouraging. Which brings me to the topic for the night. Has anyone ever heard of the singularity? I'm going to read the definition of a singularity. And one would ask, are we coming to a point of a singularity? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back. I was almost just going to read it without sharing it. That would be dum-dums. Here we go. Okay. Should be coming on board here. What do we got? Just text, so it should come up quick. Boom. Now blow up your screens if you need to, but I will read. A singularity is a point of infinite density and gravity in black holes. And in the context of artificial intelligence, it is a hypothetical future moment when machine intelligence rapidly surpasses human capabilities, triggering unpredictable and transformative changes to human society and evolution. The term comes from astrophysics, where a singularity describes a breakdown of physical laws beyond a black hole's event horizon, similar to how the AI singularity is considered a point beyond which the current human understanding and control breakdown. Considered a point beyond which current human understanding and control breakdown. In astrophysics, well, I would rather just skip right to the artificial intelligence. The singularity is defined by the point where AI achieves intelligence far beyond human comprehension. Rapid self-improvement. At this stage, AI could enhance their own capabilities at an exponential rate, leading to continuous and unpredictable technological advances. An event horizon for humans, just as black holes' event horizons hide what is beyond it, the AI singularity is seen as a point where the future becomes impossible to predict or understand with our current human intelligence. Transformative societal impact. The arrival of such a superintelligent AI would fundamentally alter human civilization, leading to innovations and solutions that are currently unimaginable. Got to go check the Gotta go check the food real quick. Give that a quick stir. Give me a second. Sorry about that. It's a little tight in here. I have a, almost like one of these square tables you put out at a flea market if you had a table full of shit, kind of a travel table kind of deal. If you're schlepping around everything. Oh my God. Okay. A little more burny than I wanted it to, really. Um, Sorry, you guys. This was a little bit more of a situation than I thought it was going to be. Not terrible, though. Not terrible. Okay. We're just going to dump in some sauce real quick. Not really making homemade sauce, by the way. Sorry you didn't have time to squoze my own tomatoes. Not happening. Give it a toss. Give it a little toss. Okay, here I come. Here we go. I'm going to turn that down. Oh, don't worry. You're not having tomato sauce, though, bro. You can have a piece of meat, though. No tomato sauce. I know better than to give dogs tomato sauce. You will be shitting everywhere. Okay. Okay, so sorry about that. Oh, Sleuthy Sweetheart is here. Yay. Okay, let me go back. A Junior saying, check out Ripley, Believe It or Not. Didn't they used to have a museum, Junior? Ripley's Believe It or Not? I would like to check out the physical place. I'm so sick of online. I need to see the physicalness of it. I'd drive to Cary, Ohio myself to check it out if I'm in the area. I love architecture. Dandy saying, I know, right, Abby Morris? Where do I sign up, become a member? Well, you know what? I mean, the idea of going to LSD Temple, maybe we better not say temple. That might be offensive to somebody. We could say LSD revival. It's a revival tent. Let's change it to a revival tent. That'll be more fun anyways. We'll have like a hot dog roast and you know, fruit juice and like lights and shit. It'll be great. Oh, it sounds like that one festival they have. Anybody ever been to that festival in Michigan called Electric Forest? By the way, someone died there. A few people died there a few years back. It was kind of weird, too. They almost made it sound like one kid might have been murdered. Oh, Abby's saying, I worked in a factory half my life. I'm already corrupted. Oh, hello, Sleuthy Sweetheart. And she's saying hi to me, Farmer. That's me. I'm Derek Farmer, the host. And everyone else also she's saying hello to. Don't the Indians have peyote temples? Well, I don't know. I've never taken anything like that. I stopped at mushrooms. And being way up here in Michigan, you know, maybe if I grew up in, you know, New Mexico or Arizona, Texas or something like that, I probably would have tried it out. At least it's natural, but something tells me all these things are going to make you want to vomit at the end of it before you start a good trip. And I'm not into vomiting. I don't like it. And so I technically just try to stay away from all that kind of bad tummy feeling stuff. Yeah. Which is why I don't drink wine. I actually like wine. I like to drink like a few sips, of decent, Chianti. Okay. Bean jokes aside, I really actually like Chianti. Technology is going to be the end of us. Well, that was one story. Now let me ask you guys something. Has anyone ever heard of an author named Chan? Now don't Google it. Don't cheat. Chan Thomas with a C, Chan, Chan Thomas. Anybody know where I'm going with this? Danny saying, come join us over on Sleuthy's channel. Yeah, you guys, sub up to Sleuthy. Yeah, it probably will be the end of us. It might have already happened. Who knew that it was actually like the Terminator? So many of these movies are turning out, I feel like, to be somehow prophetic of future situations. Sleuthy saying thank you, Dandy. Yeah, you guys are always welcome to put any of your own links up. I mean, we have mods too, so mods. I mean, if you know how to do those things, if not, somebody can give you training on that. Yeah, I know, Abby, but I'm saying like it looks really cool. Like they really, if you look at video, you guys, if you want to see some crazy, an actual crazy, what would you call this festival? It's music for days. I'm sure there's a lot of both touchy feely drugs going on and hallucinogenics going on. I can only assume. Again, I've never been there, but it's that it would seem to be that kind of. Everyone's got lights, wrapped around their own bodies. It's like a giant UFO fest, and they make ginormous sculptures out of lights, and they have all these. It's really intricate, and I mean, if I didn't have to put up with the crowd at this age, because 20, 30 years, 40 years, 40 years, 30 years ago, it would have been cool. Now, I would still go do something like that and have it be cool if there was music there that I wanted to see. But I'm not the kind of person to just go see live music because there's live music. Like I know what I like, and I know like the kind of outdoor, especially show that, or environment that I would like. And that should be annoying for me. Rather go to Cedar Point. Rather go to Cedar Point. Ride some roller coasters. Stay in a hotel with a nice bed. Abby saying, hello, everyone, by the way. Just got home. Oh, you did just get home. All right, good. Danny saying, yep, anyone with a channel, just pop it on up. And Boston is back on. Good. Oh, question. Chan Thomas. I'm going to take it as a no. No one said that they knew Chan Thomas. Has anybody ever heard of the situation in the 60s where he wrote a book called The Adam and Eve Story? And then the CIA confiscated it and basically, what do they call that? Classified the entire book. This Chan Thomas was a professor at some university, and he was espousing some pretty crazy theory called the Adam and Eve Story. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Well, here we go then. Give me a second. You may want to blow up your screen. This is from the CIA. This is from the website of the CIA. Our own Central Intelligence Agency. The Adam and Eve Story by Chan Thomas. Declassified, in part, sanitized copy, approved for release. June 24th of 2013, although it was written in the 60s, only this small part got approved for release. Okay, cross-section of Earth. This is proposed to be a cross-section of Earth from the author Chan Thomas. Whatever these numbers mean. Sorry, I get the cursor out of the way. Can you guys see that? Hang on. Let me go back here. Yeah, I was never into raves. I like the rock. I mean, I took plenty of I took plenty of substances at rock shows and punk rock shows. Raves were just a little bit too touchy-feely dancey for me. Like, that wasn't my scene at all. I'm kind of gruff. I am. Ruth saying, I haven't been to Sandusky since I was a kid. Is it still an amusement? Oh, definitely, Ruth. It's America's best amusement park. Are you kidding me? It's got all the best roller coasters. Cedar Point is awesome. Cedar Point is unique. I mean, that is one that goes way back. Way back to the 30s, I think, at least, when it was always one of those Midwestern resort areas, and then it turned into more of a fun park. Probably kind of like Boblo, like a vacation spot that turns into a fun park. And then, although unlike Boblo Island, this island by Detroit, it didn't go by the wayside. You can still go to Boblo Island with all the defunct rides and overgrown shit. I guess there's still a ferry going over there. It's kind of a thing, I guess, to do. Am I wrong on that, Junior? You know anything about Boblo Island? I went to Goose Lake Rock Fest. That sounds fun. Sleuthy saying, Dandy, me too. Whoa. It just jumped a bunch on me. I only smoke the herbage. I don't even drink or smoke cigarettes, but back in the day, I was wild as fuck. Yeah, I was definitely way more wild back in the day. Yeah, and back in the day, I mean, like when I was 45. But you know, I'm all grown up now. And at almost 53, I just feel so much older than I did last year. Dandy's saying, "Yeah, I love touching people." Well, yeah, you know, I mean, I get the enjoyment of you, the touchy feely scene, but I don't know. You know, it's like it's already like it's an August night. It's hot, and you got these hippies are wanting to, you know, rub you down. Somebody gets, you know, hits you in the head with a braid. You know, it's like next thing you know, someone's shoving a clove in your mouth. You know, spraying patchouli shit on you. I don't know. It's offensive. Abby saying I went to a lot of raves back in my factory days. That's what they used to call Andy Warhol studio, the factory. My best friend works bestials. Ooh, that sounds weird. For a living. So it's always cheaper for me. She almost got killed at Burning Man a few years back. Yeah, well, they try to burn her. I mean, what they ran out of wood, but I mean, what happened? Yeah, those are some, you know, I mean, I could probably appreciate that some of those festivals, honestly. Oh, I totally skipped what I was reading here. What the fuck am I doing? You guys know how easy it is when I get sidetracked. Okay, here we go. So this cat says, here's how the Earth lays out. Crust, outer core, inner core, mantle. And that all this area in the mantle is free space. I can't read all this, guys. You know I can't. So I'm just going to give you the friggin' gist of it. The nuke fluke, Great Britain, we're on our way, brothers. I don't know what all this bullshit means. Here's what the story says. You know, I'm not going to read all that. I'm sorry. I can't. That's too much. I'm not invested in that much. But basically it says, look, every so often, the inner core stops or something like that. And, you know, because they're all independent of each other, this person was saying, and that causes like the whole atmosphere to be going this way, but then everything, the Earth starts spinning, literally spinning the other way. It stops, it starts spinning, and that there's a 2-mile high wall of water that immediately starts coming over with 700 mile an hour winds that scrub the entire planet. And the Antarctica goes on a 90-degree vertical ascension to Antarctica. No, to the Arctic Circle. Yeah, no. Antarctica ends up at the equator, growing the big palm trees. And it takes 24 to 48 hours for the Earth to stop. Now, the CIA classified this entire book. That's the only reason I bring it up. No, thank God, Junior. Last time I was in Jackson, I was dancing on a pony keg. Just kidding. We know that was Jackson, Mississippi. Anyways, no, but I've been to Jackson many times. I used to go to the horse track there, the harness racing there with my grandpa when he was still alive. He passed away in 2008. But our thing to do was to go to that horse track and pick them horses. We did love it. I had so much fun with him back then. Sleuthy saying I'm 41. Sorry, Sleuthy. There's a stabbing murder at Burning Man this year. Yay. They probably planned it. I don't like those. It's too trendy. Some of that shit gets too trendy, and I'm serious. It just grosses me out. I was at the first year Lollapalooza in Chicago. Not the first year Lollapalooza, but the first time they ever did it in Chicago is at Grant Park. That was an awesome show. I mean, I saw Sleater Kinney. I saw the Flaming Lips front row. I saw Sonic Youth, the front row. I saw Built to Spill with Brett Nelson from Caustic Resin, front row. To me, that was about as good as it gets, you know. But generally speaking, for festivals, blah. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a small town, Apple Fest or some kind of fun thing like that. But not some overpacked shit where they're charging, $18 for a beer and you got to wait in line to pee in a little plastic shell. It's ridiculous. And no, I don't like the fair either. Okay, you don't go to the Kalamazoo County Fair. I'd probably like a classy fair. But the only thing, I'd rather smell the cow barn at the Kalamazoo County Fair than the crowd at the Kalamazoo County Fair. No offense, Kalamazoo. Just saying, like, you're not a classy crew over there on Lake Street, down by the sheriff's department. And there's always fights and, glass is broken everywhere. And these Russians come in and run everything. Hey, comrade, step up, comrade. Hey, fuck you, pal. That's your comrade. I'm not your comrade. Remember that. Just give me the cheesesteak. Vladimir. Just give me the cheesesteak, Vladimir. Sorry, I did that. I'm going to cut that out for a clip later. Thank you. That was just planning some future B-roll. Oh, man. I'm cracking myself up. So the question is, are we headed for something, or is it always that someone's always saying we're headed for the end of the world? That's the ultimate question for tonight's show. I don't want to burn my din-din. I did overcook the mushrooms and meat a little bit, but that's okay. Not enough to ruin anything, that's for sure. Excuse me just for a second. Get up there, buddy. Come on. I know ants in your pantsy. There we go. Oh, you're so cute. Okay. I really like having this room set back up again a lot more than having to stuff myself. If anyone's ever been in a, just a regular lower end RV, did something bad happen? It says, I'm so sorry, Abby. What happened? What's happening? Abby says she fell off a 15-foot swing thing. Shattered her pelvis and spine. When was this? Who is this? Was in the hospital for 3 months. I moved with her for a while to help take care of her. It broke my heart. Was this your grandma, your aunt, or something? What happened? I mean, your sisters are fine. Yeah, someone was killed at Burning Man. Terrible. That's going to be hard to solve. Really, Sleuthy? It was murder? You said kill. I mean, killed could be an accident or overdose or something, No, I'm not really that near Jackson. I'm south of, when I lived in Kalamazoo, it was about 45 minutes to an hour away from Jackson, right on I-94 there. But I'm even south of there now, so. Dude, stop whining, man. That high-pitched whine is annoying me. Thank you, Junior. I'm so sorry, Abby. Yeah, me too. I hope. Ugh. That's horrendous, Abby. You're a good friend. Oh, it was a friend of yours? Oh, my God. That's terrible. I was just wondering. Goose Lake was near there. Oh, okay. But I am familiar. Then to answer your question, though, I am absolutely familiar with Jackson. That's where my grandpa's dad and stepmom dumped him off there at the Jackson Home for Boys, where him and his brother were. Well, all I know is my grandpa was an atheist after that, and my grandma was a Jehovah's Witness, so it was really a good mix. Really interesting, and interesting. It was very interesting. It really was. I got a good sciencey sort of background, and then also some supernatural shit too. It was all pretty good stuff. And Dandy's saying it's about Harvest Fest time, live music. Yeah, well, that's different though, Dandy. That's fun. Yeah, I'm not too picky in that situation when I can be outdoors, bobbing for fucking apples, until someone holds your head under the water, And then you guys are going to be solving my case. Please know, I feel fine. I'm not depressed, and if anything happens to me, you guys better dedicate a whole channel to figuring it out. I'm not pursuing anything bad, though. I think it's only going to get better. I got some good plans going here. I'm working with some good people. I took some solid steps, to ensure that I didn't need to rely so much on a vehicle to make commission. And I'm going to be working just at least enough hourly to at least take care of all my bills. That's at least will be on paper, and it's not that far away. Can't stress that enough. So that'll be different for me. I haven't really worked a non-delivery job, be honest with you, even when I was in the weed business. Of course, I got one of the very few delivery weed jobs there were. And I was a real pro at that, let me tell you. I used all that restaurant delivery experience all them years to show them young dudes how to fucking deliver weed. No one delivered weed like I delivered weed, and I never made one mistake that had to be corrected in the official log, which can be audited by the state. Then again, you guys know my driving record. Farmer, not only is it trendy, but it's expensive. People spend thousands on it. Yeah, I see. I'd rather, you know what I would be into, though? Okay, honestly, here's my weakness. And I'll be honest, I almost spent money on this year, but I ran out of money buying shit I needed for my RV and everything before I could waste money on this. But I definitely would like to go to a couple UFO conventions of certain sorts, or maybe not called a UFO convention, like Contact in the Desert, or they got one in Los Angeles, like where some of the bigger names are, and you can see some seminars and stuff like that and meet some of the UFO stars like Jimmy Church or something, Who wouldn't love to go to Peru with Jimmy Church? Come on. How fun would that be? Smoking doobies with Jimmy. I know it. Jackson's about 40 minutes from Adrian. I would have to think that it's a good hour and a half from where I'm at now. But pretty close from Kalamazoo, about 40 to an hour. Depends on which decade you're talking. Was the speed limit, 55 or 70? I refuse to go to the Texas State Fair. Yeah, I'm just talking about the Kalamazoo County Fair is janky. It's like scuzzy or whatever. I don't know. But I still always love the animal barns. I could do that. I mean, I love those animal barns, the beautiful horses and cows, and I like the 4-H displays, all the projects, the bugs under glass. I mean, I find all that shit interesting, or any flea market type stuff, even tractor pulls, or any of that stuff I could do. I was raised up on redneck stuff like that, tractor pulls, and we went to that every year. I'd even like to take in a crash up derby thing before I'm gone, and I still would like to go to the horse track. I went to the dog track once. It didn't feel the same, by the way. I did that in Colorado. I don't think we got them here in Michigan. It just didn't feel the same with Fido chasing that little fake rabbit around. I don't know. But the horse track, I just I don't know. I really I like it because you can still gamble for $2. For $2, you can guess on a winner in a certain way too. Mix it up a little if you think you're good at it. But even if you lose, it's $2. You don't have to get all crazy. It's not like a casino where there's this compulsion to just keep shoving 20s into a machine. Like, it doesn't matter, You could literally just take $20. And on Dollar Day, you could take place bets for $1 and hot dogs, and a pop was $1 too. That's right. That's the kind of fun I like to have. I like a good flea market. Give me a mile-long yard sale. That's my kind of vibe, Hell, I like a certain neighborhood for trash pickup. Call me what you want. If I'm going to spend $200 trying to win a stuffed animal, I'll just order another. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I get it for kids. Like my grandma would take me when I was a kid during the day. And then for some reason, I would still beg my mom, at 10, 12, 15 years old to give me cash and take me down to that fair. And she'd be like, you don't even like it. And I'm like, I just felt like, I want to get out of the house, take me to the fair, drop me off, pick me up in a couple hours. I was good about that stuff. Be right where you want me to be, pretty much, almost every time. I screwed up a couple times. The indigenous people say this is the fourth cycle. Interpret that how you will. What are you doing, boy? You're being weird. Do I need to take you back outside? You're acting kind of antsy-pantsy. I might have to cut us early tonight. I don't know. Just, I sure hope nothing's coming to the end, but, by the end, it could mean another 1,000 years or something. I mean, who knows? I'm not willing to even sit around trying to predict such ridiculous things, but I do ponder the question. Boston's saying the Rushville County Fair is so clean and the best food you've ever. Oh, Indiana, Rushville, Indiana, really? Is that near me? Is that northern, central, or southern Indiana? Had the grilled pork chop dinner with grilled. I don't know. That sounds great though. Wait, what? Well, you're not green bean pie. You're separating green bean and pie, right? Because I don't. I mean, that'd be sacrilegious to me almost. Boston saying, Junior, I didn't realize it was that close. Dandy, sleuthy according. Oh my God. Now you're going to have a sneeze attack. Of course you are. Sleuthy according to some Native American elders and prophecies. The fourth cycle is the current age of humanity, which is considered to be in its end stages. Well, another thing they say is that it's all like, if you look at the astrological, and I don't mean the fortune-telling side of astrology. I mean the actual placement of the constellations and what that could potentially mean. Not some, you're going to marry, like, whatever. I know, and get it. I'm not saying that someone can't predict good or bad things, but if I'm going to try to manifest something, I'm just going to try to manifest good things all the time. Every day's a good fortune as far as I am concerned. If I'm breathing, it's a good fortune. I already won the day. Oh, and then this comment by Sleuthy. Nope, he was stabbed, found in a pool of blood. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's terrible. That's so terrible. Why do people got to ruin everything? Worst thing about people is people. Oh, yes, Dandy, I believe it. I've been saying we're leaving in the end times for a while. I know, but my question is, hasn't really everyone been saying that for the last couple hundred years? Or no? Kitchen knife, really? You think somebody, maybe restaurant staff at the event did it? Possibly, with a kitchen knife? Is that what you're saying? Junior, Jackson's about 35 miles from Adrian, Boston. Farmer is close to Jackson, isn't he? I'm not. Stop saying that I am. You mean Jackson Prison? Yes, you guys. Okay, look, I'm not living in an RV. The prison let me. It's a prison program. They let me fix up my jail cell like an RV and have a fire green screen. I want to thank Jackson Prison. Tonight's sponsor, Jackson Prison. Very nice digs. They let me slice the garlic very thin. Thank you, Jackson. I'm used to building passenger cars for public transportation. Oh, you used to? Okay. Build passenger. Oh my God. Do I have a booger? Oh no. Wait. Build passenger cars for public transportation. Well, I mean, we did that in Kalamazoo. Did you live in Kalamazoo? I mean, we were the home of checker cabs. All those yellow cabs. Yellow cab was a company name for, but the cabs were checker cabs. Okay. There was no yellow cab car making company, in other words. They were all made in Kalamazoo, Michigan. 100%. Bam. We got the polluted river to prove it. I thought you lived near Boston, Christian. Boston saying, okay, I grew up. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. My girlfriend, my good friend, that confuses me so much. Grew up here in Indiana, but her dad was from Adrian. Because I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, you know. It could be guy friend, you know, it's like gay friend. I mean, I don't know. A junior, I thought you lived near Boston, Christian. No, you know, I thought that too, actually, about Boston. Junior, that would be well, I mean, I've said that before. That would be the normal mode of thought. But I think that, I don't know, what is the tie-in with Boston? If you don't mind saying, you don't have to, though. Junior Johnson, travel nurse. And yes, I do too. Am I? Nana. Sleuthy saying, I like flea markets. And I go to antique shops. Yeah, I love those too. Yeah. All that stuff I love. Oh, Goodwill. I love Goodwill. Salvation Army. Any used store. Any kind of bargain hunting. Any kind of treasure hunting. I love that. Love it. But again, you can get, you know, garage sales obviously are great. You can dicker with people, you know. Yard sale, garage sale, whatever you want to call it. Estate sales are wonderful if you get there early on the first day. And then wait till the very end. You know, all the shit that did get bought. I've even taken some pretty cool things. In fact, I have a blanket that I got from the Martin farm, which means nothing to anybody here if you're not from Kalamazoo, but it was one of the last 1840s houses with the original family that still owned it. It was torn down about 7-8 years ago and they want to put a car wash. They want to tear all 23 acres of the woods down. It's the last untouched acreage in the entire city of Kalamazoo. It's 23 acres. It has never been turned over. A train went through there in the 1800s, but the Martins owned it. In fact, Asylum Lake used to be called Martin Lake, although they weren't the original owners. Martin or McMartin, not to be confused with the McMartin daycare family case out in, I think, I forget what Western state that was. That was a weird one. That was so weird. First, they're charged with these horrible crimes, and then they're completely let go. That was so weird. Boston, Sleuthy. Oh, yes, antique shops. No. Weird. You know why it's weird, though, that I'm hearing this helicopter right now? Oh, my God. What is that? What's going on? Is there some crazy moon out there right now, you guys? Or well, is something blowing up? There's an enormous moon. Can somebody else confirm the moon for me, please? Can anyone see the moon from their location? And is it abnormally like a giant orange egg? Weird. Then I got a helicopter going over the field, you know. And shit. It freaks me out when I get a low helicopter. I literally live out in the middle of nowhere. Although I know Elkhart is somewhere, say, 10 or 15 miles to the south of me, almost directly. So it could be on a flight path to some Elkhart airport, I suppose, you know. Still weirds me out, though, because it's nothing I hear normally. Whew, I got a little excited there. And then I saw the moon, and I was like, is it my glasses? Or I'm trying to look through the glass, and it looked so big. So big. Junior, can you... Junior, can you believe that? But the best day ever, and I'll remember it forever. Two of them. What did you... Oh, yeah, I passed it. I spent $400 taking the grandkids to the Monroe County Fair. Did you just do that? Or this year, I mean? Oh, I bet that was a blast. I mean, spending money on kids at the fair is fun if you got it. That would be fun just to spend a day like that. Because to a kid, that's still a good amount of money, though, Junior. Like, even today, you know, like when I was a kid, I get $20 when I went to the fair. And I'd have to get you the rides, the games, the food, the whole works. But I could have used more. You know what I mean? It could have been a better time. And I just feel like if you're going to do something like that and you can afford it, then why jinx out? You know, I think that's good that you did that, honestly. Because they'll remember that. It's so much more fun when you can just get the food you want and the stupid drinks you want and play all the games you want. That's what being a kid is all about. Although, I will say, if you're not used to that, just being able to go at all for some kids like me was certainly fun as hell. You get some buddies together, grab a 20, everybody gets a 20, you go, you know, and you go race havoc for a while. So it's still fun. Not complaining by any means. You know. And I had a family that was willing to take me and drop me off at events and do that shit for me when I was a kid. I mean, that's half the battle when you're a kid is getting to the place and back. If you don't have a well built-in public transportation system and you're not used to using it. Right, guys, from small communities? Smaller places. Although the Kalamazoo bus system is really great now. I voted in favor of that. I didn't mind paying more taxes for something good like that. Sleuthy saying, Boston, I showed some of my collection on a live the other day. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, it was great. So that's just some of your Sleuthy, for real, like, it was impressive. I can't wait to get down to Captain Trips. But seriously, like, I was trying to drive, and I'm like looking at, you know, and there's all these cubby hole, and that's exactly like, I had an eBay site for a while, and my grandma collected tons of goofy little things, not Cupid dolls, but she had a couple. I think I had a couple mini Cupies in my collection somewhere, but I saw all kinds of shit, like, you know, like I'm opening up packages, and my grandma always said this stuff will be worth money someday, and everyone laughed at her. They all wanted to throw all that stuff away when she passed away, you know, and I refused. I kept every bit of what I call grandma ephemera, all the documents, all the stickers, I had a couple hundred unopened Cracker Jack toys packages that I sold for a good $500. All my Hot Wheels cars that I wrapped in individual pieces of toilet paper when I packed them away, because my grandma always made me take care of my stuff. I made thousands on those. So yes, anyway, Sleuthy, I saw your collections, and so it was I really liked the presentation of it. I didn't quite have quite that. I like the lights and the backlighting and how you can make each cubby its own little compartment, its own little unique space. I'll tell you one thing I always loved about going to, say, a museum. If anyone ever saw the little, what do they call them, dioramas or something like that, where people would make like a 3-sided small room, like a miniature room, you know, with all the working parts if they could and stuff like that, is the kind of stuff that really, I love miniatures. I fucking hate knickknacks. There is a difference. You know, like, I don't need a potato that can grow a plant, right? A baked potato plant holder. Okay. But I do like anything that's a miniaturized version in scale to whatever it's miniaturized of. I like and dig. I'm specific about stuff, you know. I know what I like. Farmer, I found a one owner 2000, I think. It's a Buick LeSabre, no rust at all, not a bit. Well, I mean, you're thinking about picking stuff like that up? Are you flipping these cars? You driving them? What you doing? I mean, if you could truly find a 2000 that's not rusted out, obviously the one thing you got to look for it, depending on where it's from, I mean, my 93 has no rust. And I met two nice gentlemen today at a one of my deliveries from, I think it was Little Caesars. I was popping in to grab for a customer, and they had a 1997 Nissan pickup, just two-wheel drive, loaded, but it was gorgeous. You could tell it was a southern truck. No rust anywhere underneath, 5-speed. Yeah, it was so perfect. 30 years old almost. And so we had to compare cars for a minute. Yeah, I like just regular cars like that. But I mean, Buicks, to me, I have a fondness. Again, Boston, I have a personal fondness for the 3800 series engine. Um, either series 1, 2, or 3. I mean, they all bring in and leave certain things, I think, on the table that from each other. Some improvements here, something here, I had a Buick Riata for a few years. It was one of my very favorite cars. It was a beast, and it had a 3800 in it. Really cool 2-seater. Dandy, waiting on your conjugal visit at prison? Yeah, always. If that's what we want to call it, yeah. Right here in my my RB prison. I'm still waiting on a conjugal. Thanks, Dandy. Farmer, I got to meet your sister the other day, and she was just as friendly and cool as you. She's not as cool as me. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Sister X, in case you're watching. Pitman and Sister X stopped in to, did Pitman come in with her captain trips? Yeah, I told them to go. I said, so they're like, well, you don't know where to go. They're getting ready to go back to Chicago and Chicagoland, and it's like they're like, yeah, it's like $12 for a non-infused joint in Chicago, and I'm just like, good golly, Miss Molly, you got to stop and because my mom stays at the nursing home out there on Drake Road, and she said, there's nothing between here. I go, what do you mean there's nothing? I go, where I used to work is between there. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, my sister's cool. Yeah, we're pretty close. Sleuthy, Dandy. And and she relayed, Captain, that you had a nice message for me too, and I appreciated that. I thought that was real nice. Yeah. Junior, did you buy it, Boston? Yeah, what's the price on that, Boston, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, that's got to be part of the sweetness. I mean, if you're going to get a car that's 25 years old, one, you got to make sure it's not rusted out in the undercarriage. Get into that undercarriage, girl. 2, is the price worth it? Because the bonus of buying just a regular old American car that's super friggin' old, where you may have to deal with things like hoses and gaskets that may be dry rotted or wet rotted. I mean, even common parts like alternators and batteries, things like that. But overall, those are good cars. And if you get one that's not rusted and has been taken care of as a one owner, and the price is right, I mean, honestly, that's right up my alley. I mean, I would drive some shit around like that because you get to drive around in a posh ass LeSabre. The newer ones are a little cheesier. They're not as like the 2000, like your ass still sits down in the seat like a Lincoln, like a big stinking Lincoln. It has that push down, that cush, like on velvet, how it kind of sinks in. Still got that thin, hard wheel instead of them big, fat, puppy steering wheels. I fucking hate big, fat, puppy steering wheels. I got a message for you, Detroit. Don't make any more big, fat, puppy steering wheels. They don't work for toilets, and they don't work for steering wheels. I need a hard surface. Thank you. Did you buy it, Boston? We need to know. And we need to know more details. This is random, says Abby. Asked Abby. But do any of you have a telescope? I've always wanted one. Well, you should get one then, Abby, for sure. Don't hold back. I think you can, research it a little bit, though. I think, telescope's like one of those things like a metal detector where you could spend a couple $100, at a quality farm and fleet and accidentally get some shit that barely detects a bottle cap. Or you could spend $300 and get a low-end model of something that's actually well rated and will still tune in some decent finds for you. I mean, I know that telescopes run in a full range of monies, like a good camera can, you know. It's like, whoa. But I'm sure there are some for beginners out there, and you probably want to get more of a beginner one, I would think. Or maybe that's something you could pick up used. But I would just recommend really doing that nerdy, wonky research on which ones work the best for the money, basically. And that would be awesome. You should get that. Then I can come over and skywatch with you, and we can look for UFOs. Abby, the more wealthy folks here have observatories in their homes in Colorado. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, up on the mountain. Why not? Why not? I mean, if you can afford it, right? I guess. You know, good for you, I guess. You know. Thanks for joining us, Captain, says Dandy. Good to see you. And I concur. Good, always good to see Captain. And hope you're doing well, man. So, yeah, I mean, the whole show tonight was just about, I just briefly touched on the Adam and Eve story from the CIA. Well, I mean, written by a guy named Chan Thomas. I mean, the story's been kind of debunked by A.J. Gentile from the Y-Files. Actually has kind of debunked this particular story in a pretty effective manner. So I'll leave that one up. But I think I was just trying to make the greater point. Depending on what story you're talking about, are we nearing a different time, a time of Earth's cleansing, possibly, if you will? Or is that just more boohoo talk for like the end is nigh, you know, like some kind of carnival barker? I don't know. I'm curious what you guys' thought is, because I do tend to feed into my own loop of non-human, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I mean. I don't need to over-explain it. I know you know where I'm coming from. Junior saying, I've got nice binoculars, but no telescope, Abby. Yeah, binoculars are cool too, man. I dig binoculars. I got some binoculars. I wouldn't know if they're nice. I mean, they work okay. They're the main brand, you know, the most common brand. I can't think of it right now offhand. The full moon was the other day. Now, I understand that, I know, but it was just particularly, that's why I said it looked like a big sort of big ploppy egg in the sky, but orange. The color of it's really was intense for, it still is actually very intense and still very big in the sky. Sometimes it looks like it's like leaking like a bubble and it's going to fall out of the clouds or something weird, you know, like some kind of marble, like an agate. Yeah. Boston saying, Junior, my son says I don't need it, but I think I should as an emergency car. The last two drivers I called for were a little scary after I was in car. I think I should get it. Emergencies. Well, you know what? I mean, again, I mean, if you got a good vibe on it, I mean, at least you're not, look, that is a basic car. Even to this day, you can work on it. I'm not saying you, but somebody can work on that thing without it being some crazy process. The parts are probably, even used, are still somewhat readily available. I mean, some things you do have to watch out for on older model cars that they don't talk about are, and what ruined my Riata, kind of the whole deal for me, was like, where like the frame comes together, there's like these punched in rubber, I can't think, grommets or something. I don't know. And they don't really make those anymore. And it's like then your frame is just metal on metal. It's just like it's one of these parts that's just really rarely goes out. But Harvest Moon, Derek, says Ruth. Oh, that makes sense considering the time of year. It is spotless, Junior. I know that's tempting, and I love those models. Oh, those models are so perfect. Oh, they're peppy. They're peppy. That 3,800 and the gas mileage. It's shockingly good in the 3800. I swear it gets a 4-cylinder gas mileage amount, if not better than some 4-cylinders I've had. And I'm not BSing you. Anyone's had one that runs properly knows what I'm talking about. And they glide. They float nice, especially those models. I say once they got up to 06, 7, 8, right before they cut them out for a different model, they almost, to me, rode a little bit. I didn't like the way they rode as much because my mom had one. It was more like a mountain peak, like being on top of a mountain peak. Whereas the 2000 model, it's more like my Camry. It's like you sit in it and your ass is in a bucket and it just sort of takes you around the corner like it should. It feels right. It's a fun car to drive. In other words, it would be fun. And hey, you know, I mean, if it's not putting you in a pinch, but then again, you know, maybe you don't need it. I mean, it's not for me to say at all. That's for you to figure out, of course. But let us know what you figure out. I'll be curious. $9 for a darn lemonade these days. Hard pass on the expensive shenanigans. Lots of free stuff. That's just as fun. I agree, Dandy. Totally. Abso-friggin-lutely. Like this show right here, for example. Although I can tend to be a little more fun if we were walking around some posh-ass beach somewhere having a fancy fruity drink and doing this show. How much do they want, Boston? Junior needs to know. I need to know too. Oh, here we go. Boston bringing details. Here we go. Thank you, Junior. I will. My 2010 Ford Escape, by the way, another great practical car, has 40,000 miles on it. Wait, okay. You have more than one vehicle already. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe this is why your son is a little like, okay, are you collecting vehicles? But let me read on. At least you got some cool shit. My 2010 PT. Is that PT Cruiser? Maybe you could get rid of that and bring in the Buick. 70,000 miles spotless, but PT in the shop 3 times in 2 years. So I'm thinking, oh my God, Boston, I didn't read that ahead. I just read that. Wow. Wow. It had 8,000 on it when I bought it. Yeah, you could ditch that car, no problem. Keep the Escape. Those things are practically, those actually get really good reviews, and those years got really good reviews in Consumer Reports for Ford. Not the Explorer never got a good review like the Escape got, which I call the Chick Explorer. If no, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just kidding. 8 or 10 grand. Holy shnikes, Boston! It's a 2000 Buick. That's too much. That's too much. It better be a showroom quality car. Junior, am I right or wrong on that? I'm not used to paying money like that. I have a showroom quality Camry I paid $1,200 for, although I got an exceedingly good deal from a friend who sourced it for me. Granted. But even still, it would have been $3,500, $4,000, you know. Out of like maybe a... Man, unless it's... How many miles? Do we say how many miles were on it? Maybe it's super special. Okay, look. If that car is that brand new, ditch that PT Cruiser and add in, I mean, you only got 70,000 miles on a spotless PT. You'll be able to sell that thing for a decent amount. Offset the cost and go low. Hammer them low if it's been on the market a while. Like, throw them 6,500, you know. Shit. But I need to know how many miles, and if you can get a Carfax breakdown, you'll know if it's been in an accident and all that stuff. I mean, just my opinion. That's a lot for a used Buick, in my opinion. Like, when I source, if I ever get any money, I guarantee you that when I source a LeSabre, it won't be one that's probably a sweet 2000. They got a million of those 05, 6, and 7s out there. And I won't need the perfect one, you know, just one that runs well. I'd be willing to pay $3-4 grand for a good one owner. That's about it. I bet you I can do it too. I got crystals all over the house. In my own defense, I do know several sellers and shop owners, and I can't help myself. I know, it's tough. I saw in a news clip, Dr. Avi Loeb is still saying 3i Atlas is looking different than a normal Comet. It is. And holy smokes, it's freezing out tonight. I hope it's nice and toasty in your camper. It's not. Thanks for asking, though. It's not terrible yet here, you know. I'm even in a short sleeve shirt. I found it a little warm in here earlier. I even have the window cracked a little bit. And literally, two of my windows are cracked in here from shooting at a mouse at ricocheted. Idiot. When I first moved in. I mean, not a real gun, not a real boom stick. Friggin' YouTube. Trying to do the right thing when it comes to things that aren't necessary to say. But further on this, yeah, Avi Loeb, yeah. So he's getting really ridiculed right now by his community, who before this story was always praising him. You know, it's he has one of the highest. There's ratings that they give to professors in this field of science and all this greater field of science, and they get a physical rating. Like a 30-something is like incredibly reliable in terms of peer-reviewed content, like where all his shit is peer-reviewed. This guy's got like 130-something, like percent, whatever. He's like the most. He's like one of the most well-funded, and by that means that corporations basically through the college are taking chances, and the government giving him millions. And he's, you know, like Gary Nolan, you know, one of the highest funded professors out there. He has a high Q rating, we'll call it. Like he's on the trustworthy scale. And all of a sudden, he's now some dog dick, you know. I don't think so. I think all he's asking is, shouldn't we be paying attention to this? As if it may be something. Because it's not acting exactly like a comet. I mean, you hear all kinds of crazy stuff. Who knows what's true and what's not? I mean, if there was ever an avenue ready for misinformation, it's 3i Atlas. So I tend to believe a Dr. Avi Loeb who's not really having an agenda further than we should be looking at this. And that's his message as far as I'm concerned. Junior, I drive a 2015 Toyota Tacoma, very practical. 58,000 miles. It's in great shape. Of course it is. And that'll last for the rest of eternity. Yes, they were both there. Wait, what were both there? No, damn, I lost my place. Hang on a second. Oh. I know. Well, I don't know. No way, sister is cool. Ruth, no way, sister is as cool as you. Ha ha ha, Ruth. Thank you. That's sweet. You hear that, Sister X? No way you're as cool as me. No, she's way smarter though, and she definitely put herself through college on the dean's list in like 3.5 years, and tried really a lot harder in life than I did. That's for sure. I'll give her that credit. But I appreciate the sentimentality of it, Ruth. Abby's saying, my sisters aren't even as cool as you, Farmer. Oh my God. No, you guys don't have to compare your own sisters. You have really cool sisters, by the way. I really think they are as cool as me, actually. They're hilarious. Toyotas are great vehicles. There's a reason the government buys them for use in war zones. Yeah. Right. They are great vehicles. I mean, they're reliable. Let's face it. That's the whole idea. And 2015 is still old enough to still be a more quality. I would honestly, I mean, according to my mechanic friend, there's just too many things that they're doing too cheaply now on new vehicles and things you can't even get to unless you basically take it back to a factory. I mean, even for some of these mechanics and stuff, it's a bit much. And it's just not necessary. It's not improving anything. It's just making things more complicated. Still running on the same gasoline, the same oil. Only they've somehow made it, 400 times more expensive over the last 10 years to drive a cheaper vehicle, basically. So yeah, it's bullshit. You couldn't basically. I could win the lottery tomorrow and probably not buy a brand new vehicle unless it was something just super special, like a new Charger, all-wheel drive V8. You know, with a Hemi. Captain Tripp saying, "Daddy, a whole ass observatory. That's cool though." Yeah, I mean it makes sense up in those mountains. You know, you're so much closer to the stars, and you get away from all that light pollution down below. You get to rise above all that. That's why when we went and saw the same night as the Phoenix lights happened, March 13th, 1997, was also the same night that me and my friends went up to the mountains and watched the I think it was the same night as the lunar eclipse and Hale-Bopp comet coincided. Holy shit, I'm trying to smoke this dried out dragonfly. You know what I'm saying, Captain Trips? This dried out ass dragonfly. Place I got my dragonflies from today, $1.75 for an infused with 25% off the second one. So $1.35 for the infused. So I had to, you know. Good God, they must be from 2 years ago. Hey, look who is here now, Mr. Steve. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it to me, man. It's a conspiracy. You know I can't go off the air now. Yeah, I want to see a house with a whole ass observer. You know, I've only been to a couple people's houses that are really outsized and like where you would walk in and go, okay, rich people on this. I have delivered to quite a few, but they don't oftentimes take me through tours of their house. I will say that a few times I did ask and was granted access to some of the older, a couple on South Street. If anybody knows South Street in Kalamazoo, one person. It's the place where all the rich people lived in the 1800s and all the biggest families in town lived there. And all those houses are still there. They're beautiful. Beautiful. You should look up South Street, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Junior Johnson, if you want to see a number of gorgeous, oversized, beautiful houses. Although the oldest house on the block is actually a small brick Greek-style house. Greek Revival, they would call it. And you can usually tell that because at the peak of the roof, that whatever that is, but it comes around and kind of makes a little meow like that. When the roof comes down, it goes meow underneath like the opposite of a handlebar mustache, kind of. So they call that Greek Revival, and that one is from the 1840s. And there's not a lot of houses left in Kalamazoo from the 1840s, considering we were founded in 1829. There are none that I know of from the 1830s, but I contend the building on Portage Road that they say is from the 1930s, with a building attached to the back of it, that the front part of that is an original house from an original settler. And I was even down at the Kalamazoo Public Library, a local history room, discussing with the person that runs that department. We will get to the bottom of this. True Crime Web's here. Mr. Steve, how you doing tonight? Farmer was just thinking of you and sent an email. Then found you here. Well, you know, savoir-faire is everywhere. How you doing tonight, Mr. Steve? We're just having cooking a little spaghetti, having a nice RC, berries and cream. Oh, that's long gone. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I look forward to reading your email, of course. Definitely do. Always look forward to that. Dandy saying they're smaller than what the government is running, but they're all housed the same, Captain. They're all housed the same, Captain. Dandy saying, Mr. Steve, good to see you, sir. And Captain Tripp saying, Abby, if I roll my Popular Mechanics magazine tight enough, I can see monoliths on Mars. Well, you know, NASA did release those photographs that show just recently. They show square, what looks to be completely square foundations. Of course, it happened with the wind on Mars or something. Always see square foundations. Mother Nature's known for making big square foundations that are exactly the same size, size on each side. Mm-hmm. Right. Junior, what a great deal, says Boston. My son wants a truck. He's had some car about 12 years, but he's saving for a house or a tiny house to put on my lot or in backyard. That's an excellent idea. When did families stop living together? Really, seriously. You could make it work somehow. But you know what really ruins it is a lot of local regulations just won't let you do a lot of shit you want to do. I say if you're not hurting anything around you, your neighbors, the environment, so forth, you do things right, we should be allowed to do things on your property. Another reason I like living in the country, although I don't own anything, when I do, I'm going to make sure it's in a municipality where I can do what I want. And again, as long as I'm not hurting the environment, hurting my neighbors, or hurting any kind of local, whatever. Let me do what I want. If I want to live in an RV out behind the workshop, let me live in an RV. As long as the yard is upkept and everything's upkept, You got to worry about what the fuck people are doing. Excuse my language, but it's annoying. Makes you want to vote Republican. Sorry, I just like to piss off my liberal friends. Dandy saying, come join Mr. and Mrs. Steve at True Crime Web. Well, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Do whatever you want. Junior saying, I keep the binoculars in the truck, but I've been watching my squirrels lately getting ready for winter. Yeah, they got ready for winter one time in my classic Mustang, and put about 4 pounds of friggin' corn in the high output, air filter thing, breather. You know what do you call it? The big. Remember when cars had breathers, Mr. Steve? Somebody, please, breathers. I had that big round. Had the big round filter. I don't know why I'm yelling at the camera. I'm sorry. Derek, I do not believe the Earth will start spinning in the other direction. It's interesting to think about, though. Even more interesting that the CIA, you saw the official documents. Now, they did declassify it, but you see it clearly says sanitized. It says sanitized and released in part. They cut out a lot of pages, Oh, it's just a fiction book. Well, why are they doing that? A Junior saying hello, Steve. And Boston admitting she loves her squirrels. I'm not admitting like it's a problem, A Dandy saying the squirrels here aren't as populated as in the Midwest, Boston. We had red, gray, and black in Missouri. Oh yeah, we got all those over here. It's a real mixed bag over here of squirrels, you might say. Yep. Gray ones, I'd say, are the most rare that I've seen up here in Michigan. Seems to be a lot of black ones. I've seen a few albinos in my life. Oh yeah, we're one big happy family over here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they seem to get along good, amongst each other. So I don't know. Don't believe everything you hear. I think it is possible that different colored, if you're a squirrel at least, you can get along. Ruth saying, I do enjoy it when the cortex and cerebellum light up thinking about such things. Me too, Ruth. It does make you kind of think, huh? Boston saying, Dandy, my squirrels have been mad at me several years. They give me side-eye, don't speak. And Boston, of course, saying hello to Mr. Steve. Dandy saying, Boston, they think you're nuts. Junior, I see quite a few PT Cruisers on the side of the road in the junkyard. Yeah, me too. But Junior, she did preface with saying it was perfectly spotless, 70,000 miles. That's going to be marketable to somebody. But I say, whoosh, 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 get rid of that, P.T. Barnum thing. It's for the circus. I see one of those cars, I got to wonder, well, how many of your friends can you stuff in it? You know, like a telephone booth. It's the telephone booth of cars. But hey, to each his own. I'm just being a dick because I'm a delivery guy and I need a practical vehicle for my main car. But I always did like to have a fast second car. You know, I had the Mustang. I wouldn't say the Riata was fast. I like to be a two-car person. I totally understand that, Boston. Totally get that. A three-car person, if you got the space, I don't see why not. If you drive them all and enjoy them. Look, I'm not going to go Jay Leno, you know, but Danny's saying 10,000 for seats that have already been farted in for all those years past. Oh, well, you know, that's what charcoal's for. And Junior's saying, who knows what went on in that back seat? Well, that's why you buy it from like a nice older couple. Because you know nothing went on, but, you know, maybe grandkid vomit or something. Which doesn't smell great. I'm not saying that smells great. Hopefully they cleaned it out properly, but you can tell that when you buy the car. I mean, no, I'm not looking at stuff like that, Yos. I know how to clean seats. I like if I find a car that's solid without rust, and maybe you're saying get the leather seats. I don't know. But I'll tell you, Boston, a good used car to look at, I'll be honest with you, because you get the luxury, the peppiness, the reliability, and the cost isn't too much, and they run them still to this day. And that is the Toyota Avalon. It's a little bit bigger than the Camry. So you get, if you like a LeSabre, a little bit bigger car, you get you a good used Avalon, say around 20, 10, 11, if you can find like a good 1-2 owner down south, maybe up to like 13, 14. I mean, you're easily in that price range already. Consider it and look at the Consumer Report comparison and other they got a ton of different magazines that reviewed this stuff through the years. I mean, the Toyota Avalon is just as reliable as the Toyota Camry. It's just more luxurious. It's just far more luxurious. And it's no peppier than if you get the 6-cylinder Toyota of the same year, Camry, I mean, 6-cylinder Camry, but all of the Avalons are 6 cylinders. I'm a huge Toyota Avalon fan. If I go for a used car that's going to have low mileage, one owner, that I pay a little bit more for, that I would probably take like a train down to Florida to get, you know, so or maybe not Florida, but Texas, whatever. Someplace where I can be insured that that's where it's from, so I know the underneath ain't rusty. I don't know. I would definitely consider that a good deal. No accident, one owner. I'll double check that. The price is $1,400 below market. I might be wrong on the price. I'll look again. You might not be. With if it's super low mileage, it can be a lot more. And $1,400 below market is fair enough if that's what it's saying. I believe those sites. I'm part of all them sites, Car Gurus and all that stuff. They show you what the market value is. Yeah, for sure. Junior saying, Southern Gale having a show tonight, or is it tomorrow? Yeah, she has some really awesome collections. It's real eye candy. Not Southern Gale. I mean, she I'm not saying she's not eye candy. I'm just saying that, who was it? Sleuthy? Oh, shit balls. I get confused when I get going here. Yeah, she had all these collections. It was really cool. Junior, mine is a beautiful cream. I love it for picnics and going to Lake. You know, I'm not sure what that's saying right there. I'm going to move on. Dandy's saying Boston. Make sure it's not from a flooded out area. People are scamming hard these days. Yeah, that's always one you got to watch out for. The old flooded car, yup. Yeah, you can tell the hail damage one usually. But the flood one, a little more opaque, as they say. Junior says, I saw Janis Joplin's VW Bug at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She had it painted, Boston. Hand painted. He's correcting. Boston saying, no, I had an accident and put baggies on my trees with borax and sugar to kill ants. Borax kills ants and sugar? Really? Unbeknownst to me, the next day I heard this noise. I ran out to all these squirrels dropping dead from my trees. Awesome. Really great idea. When you live around the Great Lakes, something they would have you do, something you heard about like as a teenager. You know, every teenager wants to go and with his buddies when they go to the lake, you know. They said give the seagulls and now this is set to 18 and over. I want you guys to know that this channel. But give the seagulls like an Alka-Seltzer tablet. And something terrible would happen. I never did anything like that though, because I don't believe in being cruel to friggin' living things, not even as a kid. I didn't think that shit was funny, by the way. I'd never been cruel to an animal one time or a person, as far as I know. But a true crime web saying, Junior, Dandy, hello. And to everyone else also. And hello back to you, Mr. Steve. Boston saying, Junior, that is so cool. Janice, yeah, that is cool. I love the colors of that day. You know, those sort of creamy, pastel-y colors. But Junior, I've thought about turning my garage into a tiny house. You should do that for sure, Junior. Why think about it? Why not just do it? I mean, just get one of those other, like, cover thingies for the in front of the garage so you still don't have to wipe snow off your car. Make it a really nice one for your neighborhood, you know? Like a nice metal roof, slanty, you know? Or something that's, well, if you have covenants in your neighborhood, you got to be careful there. Regulations. Dandy, those 3 messages there were you on my squirrels. You guys are crazy about squirrels. Junior, what a great idea. Will you live in it or rent it out? Well, he does have his granddaughter coming. I bet she would dig it. Dandy, Captain, that message is held for review. I'll let Farmer decide if that's appropriate or not. Oh, if Captain said it, he can say it. I don't care. Sorry. I was saying they were both there. Your sister and her partner. Oh, yeah, no, that's her husband. Yeah. That's Fitman. We know Fitman, right? He's been on the channel. You don't have to hold Captain Tripp's comment. He'd never be offensive to me on purpose ever. I know that for sure. We're personal friends. But thank you for looking out. Captain, I'll let far. I can't see it, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I don't know what he said. Just type it again if you want, Captain. I don't care. You can tell winter is coming. The ducks are flying south. Ducks leap for the wind. Is that what they are? Ducks? I don't know what the hell's flying, but something's flying around. I'm pretty sure they're all Chinese drones, but Dandy, where are you now? Not in Missouri. And Mr. Steve saying, breather. There we go. Check. You guys hear me? I got rid of the video and then put up my Charles Nelson Riley. Oh shit, big drop. Hang on, you can hear it. There we go, big drop. You heard of the mic drop. Derek Farmer has the big drop. And don't forget to go to your local gas station and make yourself a Dirty Palmer. That is cheap gas station cappuccino with a packet of Nescafe regular coffee. A big controlled gas leak known as a carburetor. Yeah, my Mustang had the 4-barrel kind too, Mr. Steve. I had the high output version. It was badass. 5-speed Mustang. 1985. Dandy saying I'm in Colorado, 31.5 miles from Utah. Hang on, I'll try to do this. Here we go. There we go. Hello. Abby, big drop. I love it. Thanks for putting that up there. Junior, they make these little iron stoves, burn little pieces of wood at Lowe's. They are beautiful and heat a tiny house. Aw. You talking about those wood pebbles? Little wood pebbles? Yeah. Pellets, I mean, not pebbles. Pellets. My cousins that live up north, on Lake Huron, they're not right on the lake, but they're close to Lake Huron. They have a manufactured home on some property, and they're just a lot cheaper to put in. But my Uncle Don put in this, it is a ginormous outdoor wood burning stove that's like airtight, at least from there. You don't even have to put a ton of wood in there. And then you buried pipes in the ground that run to your home. He literally heats the home with wood, and then he's got a set that veers off to this ginormous, and it just pumps out the hottest heat, It's basically free. I mean, he has so much wood backed up that it would take him decades to burn all the wood he has. And they're very efficient wood burning stoves. But it was several $1,000s to put in. But it's an outdoor wood burning stove. Or as Mr. Steve calls it, a still. Just messing with you, Mr. Steve. I've been thinking about letting your ex-wife live there. Really? That's interesting. Well, you get along with her, why not? I mean, you guys have probably kids in common and crap. I mean, grandkids. I mean, what's the big deal? That's again, I mean, people make such a big deal about living with family or doing something like that. And in this day and age, man, the costs are getting out of hand. If you guys can figure out how to double up, I say do it. I mean, I'm all for it. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, my mom moved in with me for several years before she went to that nursing home. She's doing a little bit better, by the way, you guys. Thanks for the prayers. Appreciate that. Mom appreciated it also. Colorado, how lovely, Dandy. And Ruth, Mr. Steve. Laughing at Mr. Steve. Those were deadly times, Mr. Steve. No, those were Pinos. I mean, those were the deadly ones, right? The gas tank was under the back seat or something like that. I don't remember, but it wasn't a good situation. Junior, it is so economical and safe. Are you talking about the LeSabre? I mean, I'm a Buick, and I'm both a Buick fan and a Buick LeSabre fan. So I'd have a hard time not, if you can, what I'm saying, if you can swing it for something that's special, Yeah, I like a little bit older car myself. A Junior Johnson or Johnny Cash is one piece at a time. I don't think I know that one, Mr. Steve. Oh my God, Boston, I missed that message. That's terrible. Poor nosy buggers. Farmer, you told me to get the Buick LeSabre 3800 V6. Now, which is it? Oh, I mean, if you got to pick between that and you go with the LeSabre. Well, you didn't say how much it was or any details, though. In all fairness, I mean, I would need to. I'm just saying in general. Yes, to me, being an older person, I've owned a couple of the 3800 engines. I can tell you it wasn't the engine that went out on those cars. You could beat the shit out of those cars, although I didn't. But I'm just saying their gas, the efficiency of the gas, they're peppy also, in my opinion. And they are known and called the bulletproof engine for a reason. Okay? Maybe some other engine back in the 50s had that for Chevy or something. But I'm saying, you talk about the bulletproof engine, you're talking about that 3800 series. That's all I'm saying. So if you found one that's super sweet, I say get it, I mean, it's all up to you, but why not? But ditch the PT Cruiser if you're listening to my advice. Because like Junior said, and you already said it yourself, it was even in your other part of the sentence. They do have a higher breakdown ratio. Now with the LeSabre, you should not even have to worry about some of the more annoying things on like some of the Pontiacs that had 3800s. Like there were Pontiacs that had 3800s. You could count on two things: the window motors going out and the headliner coming down on you at some point. But it seems like the LeSabre does those two things better as well. Eli, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. Nice to see you also. I approve the message. Thank you, Dandy. And Captain Trips, thanks you. Boston saying, Dandy, these squirrels never forget anything. They still give me the side eye. They hate me. It was an accident. Well, it's hard for them to forget. And now in their collective memory, they see you as, you know, the aggressive human that murdered their entire existence, you know. Sorry. You may want to think about moving out of that neighborhood. Junior saying, I don't think I know that song. I'll check it out, Steve. Oh, yeah, I love Johnny Cash, too. Dandy saying, oh, Boston animals are way more intelligent than we give them credit for sure. Shit. Farmer, they may repost now that it was approved. I was saying I have a tote full of freebies. And I have something for you. Oh, yeah. No, don't ever throw that message away. We always approve those messages. Hell yeah. I was saying I have a tote full of freebies, and I have something for you better than 1.75 quality. If you're ever in need, I'm always in need. Hell yeah. But I mean that's a really good price to imply Infuse, though. The reason I jumped on it, I am broke, but I mean, I've smoked them before for $4 or $5, is what I'm saying, you know. But when you say you have a tote full of freebies, I mean, I know where you work, you know, and yes, I'd be most interested in I'd just be most interested in hanging out sometime too, man. That'd be fun. We should do that sometime. Boston Jr., I love that new song. Can I Call You Rose by the Sacred Souls? I don't know any new songs. Wow, I'm getting old. Boston, don't leave your windows open. They're probably conspiring against you. Oh, if anybody better not leave their windows open, it's Captain Trips. Now that we've announced to the world that he has a tote full of goodies. He has the best kind of goodies. Captain Trips has the best kind of goodies from the best job. Oh, and legitimate good, legitimate good stuff, and not inappropriately saying so. Junior saying fun song, you'll enjoy the title part. I mean, Mr. Steve said that, not Junior. He was saying it to Junior. Getting excited. Dandy, I would not put it past them. And Captain Trips, my job gives me more flour than I could smoke through. I'm more of a vape edible guy. Are you? Nowadays, with these asshole neighbors that complain about the smell, damn apartment situation. Another thing I hate, man. It's like mother effer, if you're gonna spend like 1,000, 1,500 in Kalamazoo, who knows? It's like Chicago, like, oh, how much for like 2 bedrooms? Oh, $1,850 plus utilities. 4 months rent up front and shit. It's ridiculous over there. The rents are too high. But it sounds like Captain's staying right high with them. So, but I guess so. If you're being nice, and if that's another thing about living in a friggin' apartment is that when you sign that lease, there's probably something in there to where if the neighbors complain, they can hold you accountable for it. Maybe not. I get kind of sick of things that are legal for people that are 21 and older, but then it's like, well, if you can't do it anywhere, not even where you live. Okay, you do it in your car, you're definitely going to jail. You see what I'm saying? Like, and even if you're not driving your car, you're not allowed to like be in your car smoking weed, I'm pretty sure. My point is, if you can't do it where you live, and you can't, well, what the hell are you supposed to like? It's just a little ridiculous, is all. I don't know. Maybe instead of worrying about insurance costs so much, they should just make the buildings out of cement. And then it won't burn down. I got to stir my sauce. Give me a second. I might have to crack that beer I didn't crack last night, though. Shit. Now that you guys are talking, you got me talking. Oh, baby, in here. Oh, it's cold in here now. Holy crap, Noli. Okay, I'm turning the fan off. It's definitely chilly in here. Oh my God. Shit. Oh, that's good. Mm-hmm. Guys, I got to go out to my cooler. Give me a second. You hear that? See that? I put on my, I put this, what do you call this, bungee cord on the door. And then I put this tambourine on a real taut bungee cord. So if my door moves, you know, I'll be standing my ground. I ain't no fool. Because I know one thing. The more warning you got when something bad happens, whether it's a car accident about to happen, somebody trying to break in your place, the more time and knowledge you can put between yourself and that event, the more you increase your chances of survival. And if I'm lying one bit, I want Mr. Steve, who has experience in the field, to correct me and tell me I'm wrong. Hope you guys heard that little tirade. Whew, now it is cold. Yes, Junior, you're right. It's friggin' cold. Suddenly, I may have to put a little blouse on. Oh, my God. Junior says, I pulled it up on the Google machine. I'll listen to it later, Steve. Oh, awesome. Give us a review on that. And remember, guys, anyone that's been a subscriber for more than a week on this channel is allowed to post any content they want right on my community post page, and are welcome to do so, including songs, personal stories, pictures, videos. I don't really care. Whatever you want to put up. I trust all you guys to put up cool stuff. It's a community. Let's see. Can I just I just need a comment in the comment section. I need a choice to be made here. Do I go watermelon Skittle or grape fizz? Put a 1 for grape fizz and a 2 for watermelon Skittle. 1 for grape fizz, 2 for watermelon Skittle. Dandy, hey, if you live near Kalamazoo. No. Oh, shit. Dandy doesn't need to worry about it. Dandy lives in Colorado. They set the standards. You want my address, Captain? I know, but you live in oh, well, yeah. But I'll say, though, Michigan does it good, though. They do it right. My age is showing. Old movies and songs. Next thing I'll see, nobody has heard Ralph Stanley singing "Oh Death." I've never heard of that, Mr. Steve. I've never heard of that. Oh, dude, come on, man. Every time now that you get all wet around your chops, you're gonna come leak it all over me, as if you're punishing me for something. You're so cute. All right, I'm gonna have to make an executive decision. I'm going watermelon Skittle. That sounds like a depressing song, Mr. Steve. Oh, death. Ooh. Oh, she is beautiful. Farmer, your mama. God bless her. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for saying that. Junior, I looked it up too. I'll listen after the show. Oh, Boston. Junior, it's a lovely cruising song. I love a good cruising song. A PT cruising song? No, I get what you're doing here, Boston. I better hang on to that PT, let my sister paint it hippie pink. Yeah, why not? Why not have 3 cars? I'm saying, you know, why not have 3 cars? No, I don't have heat yet. No, we're going to get that one of these days. But I do have drinkable water. I have potable water. We got the report back from the state, so I can now actually drink the water here. And it's some lovely well water. It doesn't smell like weird chemicals or eggs or anything. It smells like water, or a lack of smell. And it tastes just fine. It tastes good, actually. And I'm happy to be able to say that the state said it was safe to drink. Captain Tripp says, I also have 12-month-old grandson. You do, really? Are you serious? Jesus, I didn't think of having grandkids. That is here quite a bit, so that's another reason I don't stick it to the man. Yeah. And a wife that complains too. I like your wife. Apartments send out warning messages routinely. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's very regimented in some places, and indoors if you got kids and stuff. I mean, that's the right decision, Captain. I mean, for sure. I probably shouldn't be smoking it around Thad, but what am I gonna do? You know. I mean, I have a little ceramic heater I use, and I got some blankets and stuff, but I'll be working on that the next couple weeks, Junior. I'll figure something out. I'm going to start working on the office tomorrow. Excuse me, you guys. At the mechanic's place. Hopefully, that's when he said to come. He's been out of town a couple days. And then Tuesday, I start the new job at the new place for an hourly position without having to drive. And then I'll fill in all around that with DoorDash. And so I really feel that I'm going to be bringing together, 2 additional incomes here immediately during this month. It's going to help a lot. It's really going to change my life, I hope. I'm ready. I'm ready to work my butt off, and really get out of this stagnation period. Dandy, it's illegal to smoke in public here. As long as I'm on my own property, they can F off and move along. Well, yeah, right. I mean, but when, I mean, they don't mind taking $2 a pack for public schools, and then money on top of that for roads, because $2 a pack in Michigan is what they call appropriately is directly appropriated to school districts in particular. It's a specific school tax at $2 since Jennifer Granholm was governor, like 16 years ago, 20 years ago. I mean, I've contributed a lot to public schools and to roads with my lungs, yet I cannot seem to have an enjoyable cigarette anyway. Well, what are they going to do if I quit smoking? The kids are just going to get dumber. Dandy, that's the spirit. Hopefully, wherever you live, they will get with the program and make it legal ASAP. Well, she lives in Southwest Colorado, I think, and you do have a lot of fire hazard and drought down in that area. I get it from that standpoint. When I went to my aunt's place in New Mexico, I mean, she worked for the state, and she smoked like a fiend. She bought these things called natives, and back then they were only $12 a carton, and this wasn't that long ago. She passed away not that long ago, actually. I'm sorry, Terry. Well, it was either that or the 12 bushes she drank every day, for God's sakes. She loved her beer. If anybody loved her beer, it was my Aunt Terry. And I gotta say, this one that's been on ice all night, it's damn tasty. Tonight, once again, we're drinking the Big Hearted IPA. Yeah, let's see. A hippie PT. Oh, I love it. Now that's adorable. Dandy, tie a cowbell outside your door. No one can resist that. And by the way, Boston, there are gems too. Just like there are lemons. When you take really good care of something over time and give it the appropriate maintenance, it just naturally is going to be a better situation, so if it's something you enjoy and you like the way it handles, especially, to me, a car has to feel good when I drive it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll drive what I got to drive, but yeah. Yeah, Eli, I think it's possible. I mean, look out. I already said, does anybody know if the Cubs won? What was it, Monday? Shit, did they lose the whole thing? I know they're behind 2-0 in the series, and I forgot all about it. Yeah, I think it's possible, Eli. I think it's possible that the Lions go to the Super Bowl for the first time ever, yeah. I mean, they almost did last year. It was close. Maybe it wasn't that close. I'm not a big enough football fan to know. But I have been watching, all the replays lately for all the games and listening to a lot of commentary. And I don't think just saying that. I think they're known, as Super Bowl contenders early on at this point. I really do. Everybody gets rated. They got to be in the top 5 teams to go to the Super Bowl, right, Eli? Top 5? What do you guys think? The Detroit Lions. Badass. And what a great organization top down at this point. Amon-Ra St. Brown, St. John, St. Louis. I don't fucking know his name. I just like Amon Ra. He's great. Jeff Goff, you know. You got that Dan Campbell coaching it all up. 2 watermelon Skittles. Okay, well, I took your vote, Ab. That's what I'm smoking. For summer, I mean, I need a hippie PT for summertime. Of course you do. And you should. And by the way, LeSabre is good for any time of the year. But if you only got a summer car, it should be a little special. Rec Medical is legal in Colorado, Captain, not just in public. Yeah, well, they really protect rights out there about that stuff. They do it right out there in Colorado, Dandy. That's Jared Polis. He's a good governor. Were you a hippie, Boston? Junior would like to know. Boston, yes, I was a hippie, actually, Junior. Grape Ape? That was a great cartoon, huh? Oh, no, Grape Fizz. That's too late. I already lit the watermelon one. I didn't realize all you guys were commenting. I forgot to scroll down. I was just looking at it going, nah, they don't care. They're probably like, dude, we don't care what you do. Were you too, Junior? Wait, were you too? Oh, hippie. Were you a hippie, Junior? I don't see that. But I could be wrong. Dandy. Oh, that's right. You did say Colorado. That makes sense. They'd be tight on what is allowed. Really? I mean, I bet you could smoke weed in more places than cigarettes in Colorado. Am I wrong, Dandy? Do they got more places set aside for the cannabis smokers over the cigarette smokers in Colorado? I bet they do. Oh, yeah, if you got caught in New Mexico throwing a cigarette out your window, it was a huge fine. They might even beat your ass right in the road. Probably should, too, because you could literally start everything on fire. So in situations like that, and in Colorado, look, I don't throw my cigarette butts out the window here in juicy Michigan. I live in a swamp. In fact, the neighbor told me that I met the other day that we live in a crater, a meteorite crater. That's what Calvin Township is. Right where we live is a giant meteorite crater. And I said, well, that would explain the low-lying land and the constant radioactive, and also the messages I get in my fillings. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't get messages in my fillings. I'd like to get that concealed carry permit someday, you know? Big drop. I moved to Colorado from Nebraska a year after it was legalized. Damn smart idea. You should have done it even before that. I've driven through Nebraska. That's no thanks. Just no thank you. I say make that into an entire corn maze. The whole state. One giant corn maze. It's so unfun. If there was ever an unfun state. Now, I've heard Kansas is unfun. I've never been there. I can tell you Iowa's unfun. But that Nebraska is unfun. It's punishing. It's long. Farmer, you should weather seal any windows not in use. Do you have an electric blanket? Now you got me worried about your well-being this fall and winter. Oh, I'll be all right. You know, I got the dog. It's he keeps me warm and no, I just you know, I don't know about furnaces in this thing, and I don't like propane gas, and I'm just funny about stuff. But I got a couple ideas. I did just clear out. I made this new thing back here. You know, I'm gonna block this off. This little back room. I just have to compartmentalize. I have to compartmentalize if I stay in the RV for a while. But once I get to my mechanics tomorrow and get working on that office, I may have something else swinging a different way, where I maybe through the winter, maybe doing a little something different. But I don't want to talk about that yet. I don't want to jinx myself. I always do that, man. In my youth, my grandmother would sing old mountain songs, and Old Death was one she sung working in the garden. She sounded exactly like Ralph Stanley. Well, as long as she didn't look like Ralph Stanley, True Crime Web, that's all that matters. I don't know if that was supposed to be a joke, Mr. Steve, but it cracked me up anyways. I don't care. Smokes are $13 a pack for American Spirits. I quit smoking a few months ago. Yeah, those are particularly expensive cigarettes. I don't know if they're special or something. I just got this new job here. I get 20% off gas and smokes. So I'm only going to be paying about $8 a pack now for my Pall Malls. Thank you. In fact, I figure at that price, I can amp up a little bit the amount that I smoke. I'm going to work myself back up to 2 packs a day, pretty sure of it. No, not really. Boston loves all music. But she doesn't know Ralph Stanley. Gonna look him up tonight. Yeah, Ralph Stanley, not the most now if you're like a vacuum cleaner, salesman, or but I don't know about like, singer Ralph Stanley. It's just not a great stage name in my opinion, but hey, it sounds very genuine. Boston 92, now that's impressive, Junior. Well, you guys are really flipping them out tonight, man. Holy crap. You guys are awesome. 92. Now that's impressive, Junior. I'll look it up tonight. I missed another thing. Thank you, Ruth, for the 2 watermelon comment. Oh, I must have missed a ton of comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. This thing has really been skipping around lately. Isn't football the devil per the Waterboy? No, but I mean, I can't sit through one of his movies. I mean, come on. That guy's terrible. My cousin Jim Laney just cut a new bluegrass CD. He's 92. Oh, I see what's going on here. Check it out. That's awesome. Everybody, go check out Junior's cousin Jim Laney. He just cut a new bluegrass CD. The dude's 92. Can we give him a minute? Brewers lead series 2-1, where they were leading it 2-0, Eli. So, in the world of comp sales, we're almost to the point where we can call it a victory. Farmer, you were going to crawl under it. Oh, yeah. I was crawling under it? I don't think I was ever crawling under it. Oh, I remember the tape and the lows and the underneath. I had to do that from underneath a bit. I don't know about that, Boston. Oh, God. Wow, they're close tonight. Let me know if you can hear the coyotes or whatever howling through the window. And by the way, last night something was screeching like a wolf man. I can't even recreate what it sounded like to me. It sounded like something was murdering a wolf man. Yeah, they're really out tonight, boy. Here, we'll crack the window. Let some of the weed out for Thad's sake. Maybe you guys can hear the beautiful, there we go. It makes it really Halloween-y. I love hearing it. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's beautiful. They're singing to me. Captain Tripp saying goodbye for the night. Sure, Ben. Thank you so much for stopping by and sticking around for a few and talking to us for a while. And I hope to see you soon. Not just for your goodie bag, just to say hi. Yeah, be great. Yes, I got to get the radiator heater. They're safe and keep you warm. And that's totally on the horizon, Ruth. That's a no-brainer. But I also want to, I got a cracked window here. I got to really secure in. I know, baby, they're howling bad. I know. You're okay. You can kick their ass. Just know it in your heart. You can beat them up if you want to. But you're not going to be able to prove it tonight. I'm not letting you out there with those wild animals. You're a domesticate, sweetie. You're royalty, you big fat head. Oh, you lose your big fat head. Where's this boy at? Come here. Come over here. Well, you got to put your head over here so the people can. There you are. There you are. Sorry, buddy. I really don't like to get the pot smoke on them. I'm not one of those people that ever want to get my animal stoned or anything like that. I think that's kind of cruel. I mean, I just don't like doing that kind of stuff. My opinion. Now, don't get me wrong. They do make a doggy CBD product. The vets have approved of. That's a different story. That's for pain. That's for joint movement. That's not blowing smoke in your dog's face trying to get him stoned so he stumbles into the wall. I don't agree with that. And I had a dog accidentally eat once. Someone had made me something called, oddly enough, it was called puppy chow, but it was made with a bunch of THC product. Thanks again, Captain Trips, for stopping by, and thank you for taking care of Sister X and Pitman the other night over at the joint. Really appreciate it. And they did too. They said you gave them a great deal, and I know they're going to love the product from out of there. Way more than that Chicago crap. Boston saying, let's think on this. Do you put plastic up on the windows behind the blinds? I mean, I will definitely do that, yeah, for sure. Also thinking that on the broken windows, since I'm not going to be replacing glass this year, that I just put some, thin cardboard or something up, over it. It's really thin glass. I guess it's probably a summer thing, guys, camping and crap, right? So, I mean, they don't make these really for winter. Listen, we're going to do our best. But if I'm, I'll have more options in a couple weeks, just even. If it gets terrible, all right? Just stay with me here. But I do still want to, I really, part of me wants to. Remember, I was forced to leave Alaska too soon because my friends took off on me because her husband couldn't get across the border. He had a bad driving record. So he's stuck down at Washington and Canada, right? Is that the last state before Canada? Washington? I don't know. When we got down there, it was apple season. That's all I know. And somewhere by Walla, Washington. Some onions, some bullshit, and some apples. It was beautiful, though. And Junior saying, I don't know how to post it on the community page, or I would. Well, you just share it like you do anything else. Oh, you got to probably copy and paste. And Junior, you don't have to learn how to copy and paste. Somebody will figure it out. Sleep sweet, Captain. See you next time. Oh, well, that was nice, Dandy. A nice message. Captain Trips, good night and blessing, says Boston. And Ruth saying, how are you posting during a live? How am I posting during a live? Me? How am I doing it? I don't know. Am I doing it? I don't know what I'm doing. Jari's here. Hi, Jari. So what did y'all decide? End of the world or no? Pretty much no, as far as I'm concerned, Jari. I hate to be the big clickbaity type, but I guess it's not probably the end of the world. I'm not disappointed, though. I don't want it to be the end of the world, by the way. I'm quite happy with it just continuing on the way it is. For all of us, whatever that means. Oh, improving. But I don't need to meet some kind of non-human intelligence or have them come here en masse to know that something else is going on in this universe. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, is it coming to something bigger, Jari? Is it coming to something bigger is what I'm wondering. Or am I just stuck in my own loop of constantly fed information that's not getting enough vetting, per se? Who knows? I mean, no one really knows. Somebody may know. Something greater than me may know if the world is ending, but there could be some intelligence reports where there's some speculation or chances may be strong. Maybe Mothman, like Ruth says, if you I think John Keel's work on Mothman, by the way, and a lot of UFO sightings and orb sightings and stuff, John Keel, Keel, was just damn good writing. Entertaining, but just spot on journalism. Yes, John Keel. Look him up. I love that movie, Up the Devil. I don't know, Jari. I guess I don't. I guess I'm still wanting ultimately to be an optimist in life. I mean, why else do you press on? Why do people press on and try to improve if they're just going to assume that we're all going to just get blown up or something or get our brains sucked out or something, I mean, that I'm going to save that for people that, want to just buy a bunch of dried up food from Alex Jones in a 5-gallon bucket and live underground somewhere in a literal like dirt dugout. That's not for me. if we're all going to get blown up or get our brains sucked out by aliens or something, then I want to be there with everyone else getting their brains sucked out too. I don't need to be special and surviving through that. You know. Boston asking, Jari, how are you feeling, my dear? I'm still praying for you. Are you in rehab yet? What was all that nonsense? You want me to pet you, don't you, baby? Dandy loves bluegrass. Oh, well, you're in Colorado. They got the Telluride Bluegrass Festival out there. My buddy used to go to that every year. I wrote it down to look it up, Junior. He might even played there. He was in a... Can you guys hear that? Seriously. Can you guys hear that? That's outside my window. That don't sound like no shit I ever heard. But I'm a city boy. Elvis Costello has a great song, Waiting on the End of the World. I like Elvis Costello. Right? Jari, we concluded that cannabis is cool. Abby says he's such a cute puppy. He is a good boy, too. Boston Farmer, is that why the coyotes are out there? Maybe. Jari, no, at home, but physical therapy twice a week for God knows how long, Boston. Well, as long as you need to get back to better than normal. Laugh out loud, Daddy. You hang in there, Jari. I'll keep praying for a quick healing. We all will. I concur. We want Jari to heal quickly. Junior, I had a mobile home, and it was freezing in the winter and hot in the summer. Junior always loves saying that. Well, he doesn't love it. He just knows the truth. He's right. He's not lying. But my mobile home had the AC going all summer long, Junior. It was included in the rent. I don't pay for power. You know, if you can rent a place for the same price and you don't pay for power, that is a benefit. I also don't try to abuse that arrangement either. But I feel that the 30 amp shore power uses power in a more efficient way out of here. That it doesn't cost what it would cost in town to run, an electric heaters and stuff. I'm not sure what they pay. I never asked because I don't feel like even asking people shit like that. Because next thing you know, they're gonna be like, hey, "You gotta start pitching in," I just don't talk about it. Here I send the rent. Here's the 500 for the rent. 500 for the rent, which is a good price. I mean, yeah, people are like, "You pay that much for that little strip of land under your RV," and I'm like, "Yeah." Like, how much do you pay for that little strip of land under your apartment, or that little strip of land under your trailer, or that little strip of land that you own under your house? It costs money, And I contend now that the well has been proven potable water. I mean, that's a big savings for me right there. And I do have a work shed with power, with deep freezers in it and stuff. So I've been making my own ice. I've been saving money where I can. And I'm going to begin to get free wood because guess what I'm putting on Cambo? A trailer hitch for the free trailer that I will be able to use for my mechanic. He also has a chainsaw for me. That is a beautiful chainsaw that is in tip-top shape. And all the free wood I can cut up for the both of us. Because that's the deal. Half for me, half for him, but I got to cut it up. And guess what? That's still free wood. And from a hell of a nice guy. And also, there's a good chance that I'll be sticking around that shop after I fix it up. Hint, fucking hint. And probably a place where I can comfortably bring the dog with me. And that probably won't really even cost me very much, if anything. So it's all going to work out. I just have to get to work on things. That begins tomorrow. It is Friday tomorrow, right? Yeah, that begins tomorrow. When I go to the mechanics and begin to work on the office. Now, here's what I got to do really quick, though. I'll just say. So it's not like, like my sister was like, oh, like basically you got to dust and do the windows and you have an office. No, it's not like that. It's an old building. I have to, there's a shitter there of a toilet. Got to install that. I got to replace the fascia on the outside of the building to stop any leaks and or wind from coming. On the inside, it's basically down to studs, so I'm going to have to refinish that. You see, with drywall, mud it, tape it, and then where it joins the ceiling up at the top, some parts have to come down and be sort of quickly rebuilt and then re-insulated, probably drywalled. So it's not just as simple as that, you know. But at the end of the day, there's also a big ass heater there that runs heat right to that front office, so that'll be insulated. And you know, I'm pretty sure that it's whatever. I don't want to say too much. There are regulations in places, and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, or anywhere for that matter. Put tinfoil up. It's ghetto. No one will see it. I mean, but I'd rather not reflect light. I'd rather welcome the light. Like, if anything, I would put black plastic up because that will soak in light and heat. White and tinfoil reflects light and heat. Oh, that's sweet, Abby. You're so sweet. No, I don't. No, I mean, that's very nice of you. Derek, if it gets too cold, you can always come stay with me. It's cold here in winter. Aw. Well, that's very nice. Only if I get snowbound, maybe. I'll keep you in mind if I get snowbound in Kalamazoo delivering. But then again, look, I'm beginning to make these contacts again. I'm beginning to... Well, we got to get through the work. I don't like to say too much till I get through the physical work. And that includes this new job. I got to train for a few days, then I'm on my own. And I'm not worried. I'm not nervous about that at all. I take copious notes. Like, I'll be getting notes on how everything works, and I'll be able to reference that. I already know I'm going to kick ass at this job. And I'm personable enough for a job like this. It's a lot of regulars. You know, we close early, open early. It's more of a family, you know, not family, but we sell minnows, you know. I mean, it's not your average, you know, station. You know, firewood, minnows, propane, racing fuel, shit like that, you know. Jerry, thank you so much, Boston. But that's very sweet of you. And you know what? I mean, who knows? I mean, I deliver, you know, so even after I'm done working at the station and done, you know, getting things listed and shipped for this other business with my mechanic, you could get snowbound after that if I go deliver in Kalamazoo, and the next thing you know, a big lake effect event crops out of nowhere, which that's how they work. A real lake event, you know, you don't know what's going to happen. Next thing you know, you're getting 2 feet of snow out of nowhere. Boom. That's sweet of you, Abby. That is really sweet of her, actually. A Boston Junior, the RVs. Oh, don't worry, Ab, though. If I do, I'll be bringing the good shit. Junior, the RVs, we'll be smoking Jeters. Online, crawl under it, tape on the 1 to 2 inch insulating board. Put it on the floors, under your rug, say it works, of course. Oh, that's a good idea, too, though. On the floors is smart. I have the fake hardwood floor for the whole out there part. That would be, you could almost cut that. You could almost form cut it, Boston. It's not a terrible idea. I think the dog's claws might get stuck in that. I don't know. Abby, how close are you to Farmer? Oh, she lives in my old town, where I go work every day anyways. I mean, almost every day. That'll be changing up a little bit, though. I might not be going to Kalamazoo nearly as much. Because the way I figure it, you know, if I'm going to be working nearly full-time at this place, you know, and then doing this other thing at the other end of M40, that's on a linear plane, see? My mechanic's place and my place connect in a different way than I do with Kalamazoo. In fact, it's easier to get to the mechanics because it's basically a straight shot up M40, which goes through Pawpaw and Lawton and all that. Past that, onward to where he's at. Wow. Yeah, so that's what's up with that. I'm serious. You should shrink wrap the RV. I've seen people do it. Oh, you weren't kidding. Thank you, Junior. I'll have to look into that. I mean, it might be too expensive for me. Whatever solution I come up with has to be something that's economical at this point. I'm just not willing to, yeah. I mean, yeah, Boston. I mean, I'm probably in Abby's. I mean, if Abby ever orders DoorDash, there's a chance that I would be delivering to her, probably, possibly. Um, I wouldn't mind being probed. Okay, I thought your guy got home from his trip, Dandy. You gotta tell him that. Your old man made it home. Tell him you need a good probing. Boston, Junior Farmer. The insulating board is so cheap, it costs about $250 for all plus tape. Yeah, it's not a bad price, Boston. I contend you're right if it's going to be that effective, and it does seem to knock out that wind from underneath of me. It's going to be crucial. Shay Watson's here. Oh my God. She knows everything about staying warm. Hi, Shay. Shay, you just get here, Shay, or you been here the whole time? What's going on? Do we have more people coming into the room? What's going on? What are you guys doing to me? I just saw a video last night of a few guys playing bluegrass. I had to comment. It was just like one of our family reunions. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, live. I mean, watching bluegrass live is the fun part. I don't know if I'm all into listening to recordings of it unless they're like field recordings from like someone's family archive or something. You know, that can be cool for a multitude of reasons. I like the history end of that also. And the lore and the lore around those older families, Southern families especially. There's something special about that. And Jari, I can hear them. Better keep chicken safe. Oh yeah, chicken. Do coyotes like chickens? Which bands are we listening to these days? I'm listening to all the ones I was listening to back in them days. Well, I mean, I have a pretty eclectic musical, thing, but to be honest with you, it hasn't expanded much lately for me. I mean, I've seen some live shows, I guess, but nothing recently as in even within the last year that I would consider new music. Although I know it's being made right now, and that as much as people think rock and roll is dead or there's no good music being made, don't you worry. There's always boys, girls, and everything in between ready to grab some instruments and piss their neighbors and parents off somewhere. Don't worry about it. They're going to do it, and we welcome that. That's the kind of activity we welcome, from my opinion. Put down the video games and pick up a guitar, Billy. You lunk. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Oh my goodness. Where's Mr. Chicken? Well, he stays up right now. He lives on on top of a 3-compartment sink out by the work shed. That's where he likes to sleep. How far away is his old house? He doesn't really have a house. He just stays out there, And then he starts cuckooing at like 6 in the morning. I don't know. He doesn't go to his house. I mean, he has a house, but he doesn't prefer the house. He prefers to stay on that 3-compartment sink. And maybe I should put some hay on there or something. I don't know. You're all right, baby. You're okay, baby. Boston saying hey to Jari. Me too. I'm saying hey to Jari too. Whoa, I'm way behind. Holy shit. I love it. Good day, Shay. Good song, Dandy, says Shay. Boston says, so will the shop have one of those little iron stoves that are at Lowe's that burn the little pieces of wood? No. This shop already has a ginormous, some kind of, okay, Okay, I don't know what it's got. It's got this giant thing that heats the whole friggin' place, and it pipes off to the office. Has its own, heating vents. It will be heated. In fact, this winter he wants to make sure the pipes don't freeze, and that may be a way around certain regulations that I can't talk about, Austin, right now. You have my email. Do chickens freeze to death? Do they need some type of shelter? I never had one. Me neither. We're going to find out. We're going to see what happens. I don't know what to do. I didn't. Oh, fair maiden wins. I don't hate the chicken, for Christ's sake. I'm just saying. I'm going to transfer my butt to my room, says Shay. You do that. Yes, they can, Junior. They need shelter in harsh weather. It will absolutely freeze. I'm sorry. I'll take care of the chicken. Damn it. Yeah, but radiant barrier insulation lets filtered light in, and the reflection will reflect heat back into the room as well as out wherever it's coming from. Okay, fine. I can't argue with that with this goddamn mutt in my head. And your tail's going to knock over everything, by the way. Everything. Yes. No. I'm not taking you for a WALK this late, dude. It's not happening. So let's scale the coyotes howling and shit. I had some chickens till the darn HOA said it was against the rule to have livestock. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. HOA. What do they call that? Well, it stands for something. A junior asking me, farmer, I'm the host. Farmer, will it need a chicken coop? No, I have essentially, there is already a chicken coop. The chicken's not trained, I guess, to go in the damn chicken coop. But I bet if I put his food in the chicken coop, he'd probably go in the chicken coop. I keep his food. I should transfer his food to the chicken coop. We have a chicken coop. Is that where you put a chicken for the winter? Anyone? I could run an extension cord with a heat light. No problem. Does this sound like a viable solution with hay and a heat light? And maybe a friend? Does he need like a hen or something? Big drop. Abby, asking, so shall we all run by if it gets cold? Sure. Oh, I can't answer for Abby. But Abby does come from a big Catholic family, so everyone will feel like that way. Junior, it will need a chicken coop. Yeah, the chicken coop's the dog's old house. This dog house is like 6 foot tall. It was like essentially a small jail cell for like if you ever watched Barney Miller. Yeah, they had a single person jail cell. That's essentially what this dog had for a dog house. And then suddenly that disappeared when dude came out here and moved out here. And we got these chickens. Okay, I didn't order these chickens. I was ordered to go pick them up from the post office, but I didn't order chickens. Why the fuck would I order chickens? I don't know how to take care of a gerbil. Leave that to Richard Gere. Dirty birdie. And Dandy saying, absolutely, Junior, the coyotes, fox, owls, raccoons love chicken as much as we do. Oh, I better not catch no owls trying to swoop down and take my raccoon. I mean, my raccoon. Okay, just kidding. The owl can swoop down and take the raccoon. Raccoons kill chickens? Wait a minute. What are you talking about, Dandy? What kind of rabid shit are you living with? I've never heard of raccoons killing chickens. I mean, they like fried chicken. They like KFC. I mean, what the fuck? What's going on? What's happening? You guys are crazy. Oh, yeah, King Lizard and the Gizzard Lizard. That's some old radio stuff. I'd probably like that, all right. I never really listened to it, but, I like that sort of vibey stuff, I was never huge into Dr. Demento, though. Am I right about that, Ruth, or is that just a band? I put foil-covered bubble wrap on the basement floor. I can be on barefoot, Shay says. That sounds pleasant. Shay, actually, that sounds pleasant to me. Walking on shiny bubble wrap But you're not popping the bubbles, right? It's strong enough not to pop the bubbles. Barefoot, right? I'm pretty big, though. You think I'm popping bubbles? Because otherwise, if I'm not popping bubbles by walking on it, seems like it would really soothe my aching feet. And I don't have great feet. Now my feet are fine. I mean, there's just a couple aspects of them I'd like to chop off. Anybody listen to the King Gizzard and the Lizard Gizzard? No, I listened to the Jesus Lizard. That's a band. Oh, that was a pretty big underground band, actually. Formerly, some people from a band called Scratch Acid. Steve Albini produced them out of Chicago. Junior Johnson, I've seen people in Kentucky make chicken coop out of barrels. Wait, hell, I think Steve Albini was in the band. Ruth, Lizard Wizard. You gizzard. Out of barrels? Like 2 metal barrels or wooden barrels? Or double barrels? We don't know. Abby, is it possible to request a specific DoorDash driver? No. I don't use DoorDash very often. No, if people... No, they can't do that, Abby. Because if people could request certain DoorDash drivers, I'd be so overwhelmed with deliveries that it would tilt the whole system. Because I'm the most popular driver on DoorDash. Although I got a bad review today. Son of a bitch, first bad review in months. I don't know what I did wrong. Said I didn't follow There's all these little day part. It's got little thumbs up and thumbs down. So did he follow instructions? Did he do, did he put the order in? It said thumbs down I never seen a thumbs down. It's red. A thumbs down is red. I'm only used to green thumbs up. I got 19 thumbs up and a 1 thumbs down on those. And now I'm 4.93 out of 5 stars instead of 4.97. Son of a bitch. Because they don't just bump off the low one when you get the next good one. It has to correspond with when that one comes back up in the 100. It's 100 constant cycling reviews by actual customers. So to be able to knock out a low review takes 100 positive reviews in a row. So losing that 0.04% really pissed me off, man. I'm telling you, it's that crazy. He gave me a 1-star review. Could I have been that bad? God, what did I do so wrong? Did I leave it at the wrong door? I couldn't figure it out even which order it was. They don't let you know. Or did he just do it because I had such great reviews? And he's like, fuck this guy. I hate my life, so I'm going to give him a terrible review. You run that risk, you run that risk. And so the question was, should I keep talking when I don't know if I have anything to talk about? And the answer has been yes tonight. Wow. Shoot. Dang. Ruth, liver down the river. Chicken Wire Empire. Both great bands. I never heard either one, but it sounds fun. They both sound fun to me. Thank you, Dandy, says Boston. I just upvoted. I forgot when we started. Oh, thank you, Junior. Now, you guys know I don't like to panhandle for likes, shares, and the like, but when someone else mentions it, I don't mind mentioning the fact that they upvoted, shared, and or liked this program. And I don't mind calling it a program, as if it is hee-haw or some old-timey shit. Abby, Boston, hell yeah, winter party at my place. Abby says yes. She's giving a thumbs up to that, Boston. And Boston's a traveling nurse. If we party too hard, we got somebody there that can save our lives. Dandy's saying everyone loves chicken. Last chicken I ate tasted like turtle. All 7 different meats. Boston, everyone loves chicken. I almost bought chicken tonight, but went with the whole red meat product because it was actually somehow cheaper at Harding's. It's $7.99 for ground round and no choices on a lower cut. Or for $6.99, I can get stew meat. To me, whole meats are always going to be healthier anyways. The dog, can have a couple chunks after I lick the pasta sauce off because I don't want to give him any tomato product. So it was a good deal as far as I was concerned. Abby, bring a pot of chili. Oh, I love chili. The chicken coop I saw was plastic. Well, the one I got's metal, but it ain't got no sides on it that are closed in. I mean, that's probably necessary unless they can nuzzle down in the hay or something. And what the hell's going on? What do I got to do around? You know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I got a chicken coop. The other RV over here. It's the landowners. I'm going to throw the fucking chicken in there. I'm just kidding in case the landowners watch. I'm not going to do that. I didn't ask for a chicken. You know what the easiest solution would be with Thanksgiving coming up, right? That'd be one hell of a live show, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I love you guys so much. I'm so crazy. My uncle's bluegrass musicians, the hormones were impeccable. Wait, the harmonies were impeccable. Uncle Cliff played mandolin. Uncle Glenn played bass fiddle. Uncle Irby on acoustic. And Cousin Larry bringing it up the rear with a snare drum. Wonderful. Yeah, sounds like you had a very musical family. Boston Plastic. Oh, okay. Junior correcting and saying chicken. Well, we knew what you meant. Boston Shay, on my way. Wow, what fun. Oh, my, what fun. Sorry. Dandy, that's good stuff. Shay, I love bluegrass. Sorry, I'm trying to blow through some of these comments really quick, you guys. Oh, my God. Where did Mr. Chicken come from? From the neighbors that stopped by to ask the other guy that lived on the property, did they see their missing cow? He said, no, I have not seen your missing cow. And then they brought him a chicken for looking for the cow. We had a wandering cow. I did not have these issues in the city. Abby, do you have snowmobiles? I can rent one. Ooh, no, but guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Where I'm at the mechanics, his best friend and fellow mechanic type that lives right there in that little town, because neither me nor the mechanic live in that town. They're far away, you know. Not far away, but far enough. He lives like, boom, right there. And he has snowmobiles. And guess what's right there? The Cale Haven Trail. That's the defunct railroad line that they turned into a trail from Kalamazoo all the way to the lakeshore at South Haven, Lake Michigan. Oh, yeah. And it's snowmobileable. Yes, with heat lamps or light. Well, and no reason, too. There's a tarp on the roof. It won't be wet coming in down directly. And it even goes down the sides a little bit. No reason I can't wrap that in a tarp to knock out some of the wind. And it is set back into another shed-type structure that blocks wind from basically 3 of the 4 sides. Now is it sounding a bit more appealing for the chicken, like with a heat lamp or light? Because that's something I can definitely rig up. It's not that far. This thing is not, you know, I can get a 100-foot extension cord if I have to. Oy. I'll have to end up paying for that shit, though. Barrel, okay. The plastic barrel is filled with a hat or a straw. I'm just saying, Thanksgiving is coming up. And I'm not picky, you know. It was laying on the side, and I can't kill the bird. I'm just kidding. No way am I doing away with the bird. Oh, baby. You're all antsy. You might have to go out. In 3 hours, I might have to take it. Which means I should probably cook my food and eat tomorrow. Oh. I think I'm doing away with the P.O. Box, everybody. I'm doing away with P.O. Box 190. It's $160 tomorrow that I don't have. A. B. I've been talking to my local post office on what I need to do to get the actual mailbox in front of my own damn place. So I'm working on that. Makes more sense to me to not pay for a post office box and knock that bill out. And even if I don't, I'm switching over to Jones, where they just got a small one for $40 a month. I mean, $40 for 6 months. Not no $160 for 6 months. I can come up with 40, no problem. 6 months, that's easy. If the chicken isn't a coop, it's a goner overnight. They'll roost in trees, but owls will pick them off. Yes, coop the chicken. See, I guess I don't know the definition of a coop. Get at least 4 females or they mate. Oh. Oh, and if they mate, they make more little chickens? Because the eggs will be fertile or something? I don't know how all that works. I know I should know how that stuff works. Is there a stork or something? Some other bird that brings baby birds? Possibly a different bird that's dropping these off? Okay, I will see you in a few minutes. I'm going up. Okay, shit. Well, 9:32, shit, that was 11 minutes ago. You've been watching me for at least 7 minutes. Google it, Derek. Raccoons are trash. Pandas will absolutely kill your cock. Oh, damn it. Boston says, Junior, that sounds good, but you would need maybe 3 hens together, and they don't like being alone in the winter, and maybe bales of straw set all around as the plastic gets too cold. Plastic gets too cold. Wood would be best. It is back set into wood. A wooden shed. I put a rug down, no popping bubbles. Oh, I see. Still, though, it must feel nice and soft. Abby, Derek, can you get emails now? We got to catch up soon. Yes, I can. djfarmer.llc@gmail.com. It's provided down below in the links. Junior says, it really gets cold here in Michigan. Sorry. A big weird bug just landed on my keyboard. I'm so sorry. It's just a stink bug, but it scared these shnikes out of me. Get out! It was one of those ones that looks like a stealth aircraft with legs. Twerk upon delivery. You got a bad feeling about the chicken, Junior? Oh, I hope not, Junior. I'll figure it out. I'll try, Junior. I'll try. Junior, come on, man. I mean, I don't need the pressure, man. If you want that, Junior, you can come pick up the fucking chicken if you want the chicken, man. You got an old doghouse or something? Yeah, I got the email now. I paid for the terabyte thing. Yep, I'm good. Shay, great idea. My concrete floor in my laundry room, pantry, but doesn't get cold unless minus 30 over by back door. I'll put a thick rug down. I still got the workshop. I got to keep this bird inside the damn workshop. Oh, the name is on number 14. Or Cluckers. Or Gertie. Oh, I kind of stole that from Y-Files, but I didn't mean to. I just like the name Gertie Birdie. Minus 30, hell no. These are Nebraska temps. It cuts right through you. Yeah, no, it's going to get down to minus 32. I mean, holy Gertie Birdie. Roosters don't usually taste as good as hens, but you do. But you do you, boo-boo. No, I don't know what to do. I'm just saying, like, maybe I should donate the chicken to maybe I should give the chicken to someone with chickens. You know, since I'm not really into, having a chicken. And if we don't want it to end poorly, like every other neighbor around here has chickens. I could just be like, come pick up this hen, not hen. I don't even know what the rooster. I like the bird, you guys, but I got a lot on my plate. Like, it takes everything, this dog. I got to take care of this dog. I mean, oh my God. Boston, I'm certain there is a farm near you that will take her. Boston, are we on the same wavelength? Like, I don't read these ahead. But he has chicken coop in his barn, I think he said. No, but I could put it in the barn. I do have a little barn, It's a barn, but it doesn't have a front. It's got 3 sides, but it's deep enough. I could definitely put that thing in there. That would, that would stop wind and crap like that. Is that important? I guess. Yeah. Snowmobile trail, yeah, Boston. That's right. But at the mechanic's place, I have a snowmobile trail, or 50 pounds of crack corn. Damn, Jimmy did crack it. I guess that's what he's got. Is crack corn. I don't know. He's got a big bag of something that the landowner did leave here in a 5-gallon bucket. I mean, I feed him all the time. You gotta go out, baby. Hang on a second. I can't torture you anymore. Let me put on my parka. Oh shit. There is no like in between mode on this fucking hot. Motherfucker. It's either boiling ass hot or cold. Hang on, guys. Give me a second. Okay. Oh, whoops. All right, you hang on a second. Hang on, guy. I gotta leave these guys with the song line. Oh, whoopsie. Oh, nothing worse than sheet metal blinds. All right. Okay, this dog has to go out. There's no doubt about it. Get back now. I'm gonna do it, baby, right now. Hang on a second, guys. Can you hear his tail like hitting everything? That's his tail. It's so cute. Oh, you're cute. You know it. You're so cute. Hang on. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, stop it. Don't do it ahead. Okay, here I am. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay, enjoy this song while I take that outside by the poster truck.
Tonight we launch the bird, start to spread the word. We punch through the atmosphere with a signal loud and clear. We're searching for the truth and some new recruits.
And we're back. Hope that was as good for you as it was for, well, as it has been for me in the past. Boston saying, heck yeah, Snowmobile Trail. I agree. That'd be fun. As long as you're dressed for it, it's fun time. Especially on a safe trail where you don't have to worry about running into weird shit. You know? Or besides other people and stuff. But I'm not all about the speed and all that. Like, people want to get on these all-terrain vehicles and, you know, I guess hit a tree or something and pull a Sonny Bono. I'm not into that. I like a nice, slow cruise. I don't need to go fast. Junior, that's a great price for your squirrels. Dandy saying, broken message. Read the next one. Junior, I probably have half of it left from last winter, Boston. And Ruth saying, yes, hen plus rooster equals baby chicks. That makes sense. Sounds like science. Sounds like science. Dandy saying, pansy. Abby, that was a loud stink bug. You heard it land, didn't you? That sucker came straight down. Boom. Hit the pad. You're right. It was loud. Don't start trying to lick all over the sauce and shit again, dude. Your squirrels must really love you, Junior. Roosters will overbreed hens if his harem isn't full. Interesting. See, that's a lot for me to worry about. Yeah, he's going to stay single, I guess, or go to a place that wants him. And not that I don't want to sound ungrateful for the fucking chicken. I'm just saying, like, yes, I got like 3 jobs coming up. Like, I'm going to be all over the place. I can't bring the chicken back and forth. Derek, you screaming like a girl? Was that me? Ruth, right? Hilarious. Oh, I guess it was for that bug. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, man, the thing hit hard like a meteorite. I mean, damn, I'm pretty sure it like made my cursor move. Junior, heading to bed. Thanks, Junior, for staying around tonight for a while and stuff. Hey, get down. Now you're just being a bad boy now. Lay down now. Good night, Farmer and everyone, and good night to you, Junior. Or drink water, whatever you want, but just stop licking sauce. He knows I'm going to share with him anyways. I just don't need him licking sauce. Sleep sweet, Junior. See you next time, sir. Good night, Junior. Blessings as always. Did anyone get Farmer's email address? I'll put it up. DJ Farmer .llc at gmail.com. Lovely. There you go. Oh, geez, there's a bunch of stuff about me. Derek, can you hear? I have a feel. Derek, if you're feeling generous and want to support Derek, oh, that's sweet, Dandy. Thank you. Oh my God, I've never asked anyone that. Well, except for the marathon show, and they saw how that worked out. You know, I got the message loud and clear. They're going nutty buddy again. That's why I didn't leave him out there. Can you guys hear that? I think they're just outside my place here. Boston, did anyone get Farmer's email? Oh, I put it up. It's okay. Oh, wait, we already put that up. No, you guys don't have to do that. Well, Farmer, get the stink bug out of the house. But don't touch it. They carry a yuck. I flicked it. I didn't touch it. I did flick it. Oh, hey, that's me. That's my email. Boston, thank you again. Whoa, I caught up. Holy shit. How did that happen? That seems way too quick. Let's skip something here. Did I skip any? Lots of happy feet. Abby, a snowmobile. I can rent one. Boston, where did Mr. Chicken come from? Oh, yeah, I answered that. From the neighbors, who with the missing cow. I don't know why they felt like they needed to bring a chicken for a gift for looking for their cow, but I guess it's a country thing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, you know. Like in the city, you know, when you ask someone for a cup of sugar, you know, usually just like when you need a fucking cup of sugar, come get it. Like, I would just assume like if my cow went missing, I could feel comfortable saying, "Hey, look for my cow." But I guess they wanted to give us a chicken. Do they have rescue places for chickens? Oh, I'm so glad I don't have children. Oh my God, for Junior to be like, "Oh God, Derek, you cannot do this, man." Oh, Junior's in bed now, so I can laugh. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Well, I'm not picky, Abby, though. I'm not picky about the taste, you know. I mean, can you make soup out of it? You know, enough flavoring in there. It's still soup, you know, or a taco. I don't even like chicken that much, you know, to eat. I mean, the bird's actually pretty safe. I mean, but I'm just not in. I'm not into being a. Look, I'm just not living in the country like that yet. You know, I'm gonna be leave. I leave here. It's bad enough I gotta leave fed. All right, don't get frisky, buddy. You know, so. Good night, Junior. I just want to say that good night to Junior. Thanks for being here. I want to say thanks, Dandy, for being here. Boston, thank you for being here. Abby, of course, thank you for being here. Farmer, that's me. I'm the host. There's my email. Those coyotes are loud, homie. Oh, you can hear them. Oh, that's awesome. I just don't want you guys to think I'm like crazy. Hey, he's being a little brat. Hey, stop being a brat. What are you doing? You're acting all crazy like you didn't eat and shit today. Like, maybe this weed's getting to him. I don't know. A Boston saying thank you all. And I concur. You guys, thank you. I wasn't planning on doing another 3.5 hour show 2 days in a row. But I had better cut it. I got to eat at some point, and I've been waking up pretty early, you know, trying to keep it like on a regulated thing. I know that switching up schedules like I am now, I'm being more responsible with getting up early and getting things done on a regular routine is going to be more important. And I can certainly handle that. So, in fact, I do pretty well on a routine. I'm looking forward to the new opportunities with everybody. Outside of the channel, but I mean professionally in my life, and I think a lot's going to be changing over the next month or two. I really feel it. So it can happen. It can happen if you stick with it. I mean, I've given up plenty of times, but with encouragement from good folks like all of you and other people in my life here, I don't feel like giving up now. I feel like plowing forward. With all of that being said, thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and always keep your eyes on the skies. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you.